It's time for Coalgate Wildcat Football, presented by First Bank. The Wildcats are brought to you by Brown's Funeral Service and your farmer's insurance agent, Lucinda Holland. The Coalgate Wildcats are sponsored by Shamrock Bank and Steubenville Ford.
Left side, blitz coming. Quick pass, far side, caught by Trevathan. Tries to make a man miss. Stiff arm, still on his feet to the 45, to the 40.
The Wildcats are also brought to you by your local Texoma Chevy dealers, Cole County Farm Bureau, and Genesis Abstract.
Gets the snap. Blitz coming. Picked up, now flushed. Throws it deep down the field, has a man open, and it's caught at the 5. Walks into the end zone. Tate Diaz. Strike up the band. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Coalgate Wildcat Athletics are sponsored in part by the RX Shop, Cole County Tag, the Flower Garden, and Triple Heart Boutique. And now let's head to the field for your Coalgate Wildcats.
And good evening, everybody. We are live here at Donald Mike Mayer Field for, technically it's week 1, but this is the second game for the Coalgate Wildcats after playing last week on week 0. But we are live here at Donald Mike Mayer Field in Coalgate, home of the Coalgate Wildcats, where tonight they are playing host to the visiting Antlers Bearcats. This is the Texoma Chevy Dealers pregame show. It's Chevy Truck Month, and that means your to-do list is about to get smaller. Your adventures are about to get bigger. Visit your local Chevy dealer and get tech, style, and capability you need. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. This broadcast brought to you by our friends at First Bank across southeast Oklahoma. I want to thank them for being our presenting sponsor for tonight. But as far as here at Coalgate, it is 72 degrees with a north-northeast wind, 11 gust up to 15 miles an hour with a front has come through. Wind could be playing a possible factor tonight as the field does run north and south here at Donald Mike Mayer Field. For the Coalgate Wildcats and Antlers Bearcats, this is the 45th all-time meeting. Coalgate holds the all-time record, 23-21. Coalgate had a come-from-behind win last year, 28-26 at Antlers, where I believe we were talking off air. We think it was 20-6 or 14-6 at halftime. Antlers come out, got an onside kick, scored, went up 20-6, and from that point forward, it was all Wildcats in that come-from-behind victory. This game has been played every year since 2018. Antlers leads since 2018 5-2. The first game was actually played all the way back in 1944. And according to my stats, this is one of the 3 teams that we play the most common. Obviously behind Atoka, Tishomingo, and Antlers is one of the 3 teams that we do play most common. This game was played every year from 44 to 75. During that time, Coalgate led the series, 16 wins. Antlers had 13 wins and 2 ties. They spent 28 years as district opponents. Got about 11 and a half minutes left here in the Texoma Chevy Dealers pregame show. We'll take a break and be back and get you set for the Antlers information when we come back. This is Wildcat Football presented by First Bank.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank, here for possibilities.
This is Eric Steubenville, inviting you to buy the Steubenville way.
Whether you're looking for open roads
or you like them built tough,
there is only one way to buy your vehicle.
And that's the Steubenville way.
Steubenville Chevrolet, 851 Westside Drive in Durant, and SteubenvilleChevrolet.com.
And Steubenville Ford, 1601 South Mississippi in Atoka, and SteubenvilleFord.net.
The Steubenville family of dealerships,
proudly serving you and your communities.
45% of people put off buying life insurance according to industry research. Insuring yourself and your family can help you be more prepared in the event of an illness or a tragic accident. Call your local farmer's agent, Lucinda Holland, and discover coverage options you can tailor to your priorities and budget. To learn more about your coverage options, call Lucinda Holland at 580-889-3745.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Life insurance issued by Farmers New World Life Insurance Company, Bellevue, Washington. Industry research conducted by Lima, and Life Happens in 2021.
Brown's Funeral Service in Atoka, Coalgate, Durant, and Medill are proud to be a part of the communities they serve. Since 1994, Brown's Funeral Service has proudly supported nonprofits, police and fire departments, local military members, and area schools. The staff at Brown's Funeral Service takes great pride in these endeavors because they realize it's more than being in business. It's about being a thread in the fabric of our community. Brown's Funeral Service, where service begins but never ends.
I can't believe how much business we're getting with the new sign we put up front. Game days are awesome. What's better than a lifelike sign of your favorite player? Wow, those decals on your ride are sweet. Where'd you get them? These are conversations you could be having when you choose Black Hawk Signs. Signs, banner service, screen printing, embroidery, decals, all at a price you can't dismiss. Professional or just because. Black Hawk Signs, a proud supporter of Coalgate Athletics.
And we're back here on the Texoma Chevy Dealers pregame show. It's Chevy Truck Month. Time to get after it with America's most dependable trucks like the rugged Colorado, the highly capable Silverado 1500, and the powerful Silverado HD, and the uncompromising Silverado EV. Visit your local Chevy dealer to see for yourself. As we preview the Antlers Bearcats, they're coming off a decisive loss last week. They're under first-year head coach Kenan White. This is his first year in Antlers. They did lose last week to Pecola 42-7. Last year, Antlers finished 5-6, but they did have a trip to the playoffs where they faced the Adair Warriors and look coming up well short, 44-14. Last week, they gave up 402 passing yards to Pecola. Only 54 rushing yards is all Antlers had. Antlers D-line, though, had 6 sacks from 6 different players against Pecola last week. That is for the Antlers Bearcats coming to us out of Class 2A, Division II, District 4. We'll take another break. When we return, we'll have the Triple Heart Boutique starting lineup. We'll get Blaine in on the broadcast, and we'll get set for kickoff right here on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
No one likes the hassle of going to the tag office. That's why Cole County Tag Agent Leslie Battles and staff work to give you prompt service. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5:30, and even through lunch with no appointment needed. Cole County Tag Agency is a full-service motor license agency, providing registration renewals and title transfers for all types of vehicles, including boats, motorcycles, and ATVs. Driver's license renewals, real IDs, notary service, and now Pike Pass pickup location. Cole County Tag Agency, 28 North Main in Coalgate, a proud sponsor of Coalgate Athletics.
Chevy makes America's most dependable trucks, like the rugged Colorado, the highly capable Silverado 1500, the powerful Silverado HD, and the uncompromising Silverado EV. In every Chevy truck, dependability comes standard.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing for 72 months on Silverado 1500 models.
Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Genesis Abstract and Title is dedicated to doing things right while providing a positive customer experience. At Genesis Abstract, they use advanced technology such as fully automated records to expedite the process and avoid delays. Their friendly professionals are ready to serve you and will take care of every detail to make your buying and selling process an easy one. Genesis Abstract, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 at 410 East Court Street in Atoka. Your source for quality abstracts, title insurance, and excellent closing solutions.
A community bank is far more than just a bank that offers the services such as online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and loans that fit your needs. A community bank invests in the community it serves. Your phone call will be answered by local people you already know and will make you feel welcome by greeting you as you enter the lobby. At Shamrock Bank, we effectively combine convenient banking technology with people you know and trust. It really is the people that make the difference. At Shamrock Bank, you are more than a customer, and we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC.
And we're back here. This is the Texoma Chevy Dealers pregame show. It is Chevy Truck Month. and it's also your month to do more and explore more and get more done. Visit your local Chevy dealer today to see what you can get done with a little grit, determination, and proven reliability. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. As we have the captains out on the midfield, awaiting the coin toss. For the Coalgate Wildcats, they are 0-1, coming off a loss last week, 35-14. This is under head coach Zach Cater. This is his third year. 7-14 is his record. Again, losing to Dixon last week, 35-14. Coalgate Wildcats had 4 total turnovers and numerous third and long conversion given up by the Coalgate Wildcat defense. Coalgate is looking to beat Antlers 2 years in a row. You got to go all the way back to 2010 and 2011 since the last time Coalgate had a 2-game winning streak against the Antlers Bearcats. As we now welcome Blaine Riley into the broadcast, we'll move on to the Triple Heart Boutique starting lineup. Check out the Wildcat Sports Corner for all your Wildcat gear. Triple Heart Boutique, located on Main Street in Coalgate.
All right, for the Wildcats tonight on offense, left tackle number 72, Ethan Nelson. Left guard number 70, Axel McNutt. The center, number 52, Jet Burris. Right guard number 78, Lucas Franklin. Right tackle number 55, Walker Weston. In the backfield, quarterback will be number 2, Davis Grant. And the running back will be number 4, Bryson Stowe. At wide receiver, we're going to have number 11, Colby Brown. Number 15, Easton Loudermilk. Number 3, Weston Lackey. And number 1, Carson Viss. That is the Wildcat offense. On defense for your Wildcats, defensive end number 72, Ethan Nelson. Nose guard number 78, Lucas Franklin. Defensive tackle number 52, Jet Burris. Defensive end number 15, Easton Loudermilk. The linebackers, middle linebacker number 5, Kyler Woods. Outside linebackers number 23, Jet Walkup. And number 18, Reed Abels. Cornerback number 11, Colby Brown. At the other corner, number 8, Tucker Ward. And the safeties, number 2, Davis Grant. And number 4, Bryson Stowe.
That is your Triple Heart Boutique starting lineup. You can check out Wildcat Sports Corner for all your Wildcat gear. Triple Heart Boutique, located on Main Street in beautiful Coalgate, Oklahoma. As both teams are making their way out onto the field, Coalgate did win the coin toss. They elected to receive, so we'll see quick, fast, in a hurry here. The Coalgate offense, who moved the ball pretty well last week, Blaine, kind of recapping off of what last week happened. Coalgate just couldn't seem to get out of their own way offensively with 4 turnovers committed against the Dixon defense.
Yeah, like you said, they moved the ball pretty well at times. Had 2 turnovers in the red zone, an interception and then a fumble later in the game. And so that's really the biggest area offensively that you got to clean up for the Wildcats is hang on to the ball better, take better care of the ball. Defensively, you gave up a lot of yards. You missed a lot of tackles, especially in the first half. Second half, defense really settled in and played a lot better in the second half, so you want to carry over that defensive play from the second half into this game tonight. And Antlers, with the new coaching staff, what it seems like they're trying to do offensively is pretty similar to Dixon, so that could be something that's to your advantage a little bit if you're the Wildcats, is the fact that you saw a very similar offense last week in the Dixon Comets.
Coalgate going to go to a 4 wide receiver set to start the game. Going to remove the fullback to start the game and going to go more spread offense here. Does that kind of give you an indication that maybe Coalgate's seen that Picola was able to throw the ball 400-plus yards last week against Antlers? I think that may be kind of a similar construction here to this game.
I think it could, but I think it's also about opening up the running game a little bit too and unloading the box defensively, spreading them out a little more, going 4 wide, getting the fullback out of there. You're going to be, in theory, playing with 1 less defender down in the box, make it a little easier to run the football when you decide to do that. But definitely seeing the yardage that Antlers gave up in the passing game last week, I would expect to throw it quite a bit this week.
Talking to Coach Hopkins, the defensive coordinator, earlier this week, and he was not at all happy with the way the defense fared last week, giving up, as far as percentage goes, a lot of 3rd and longs last week. I think that we had mentioned there was like 7 or 8.
It was 6 or 7, either 3rd or 4th and 10 or longer, that were converted against the Wildcat defense.
And Dixon was able to convert 52% of those 3rd down conversions. Dixon was also 50% on 4th down conversions. 3 of 6 was the completion, or was the percentage percentage for 4th down conversions for the Wildcat defense. So Coach Hopkins really stressed this week that coaches didn't really have to get on to the players much. The players really took ownership of, we turned the ball over. That was we beat ourselves.
Right.
You can't ever assume that would have been a difference in the ball game. But when you give the other team 4 turnovers, Dixon was opportunistic. They scored on 3 of those 4 turnovers. Ended up being a 3-score game at the end of the game. You kind of got to wonder, if Coalgate's able to get out of their own way, could they fare a little bit different tonight? This has been the Texoma Chevy Dealers pregame show. Again, it's Chevy Truck Month, and that means your to-do list is about to get a lot smaller. Your adventure is about to get a lot bigger. Visit local Chevy dealer and get tech, style, and capability you need. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. Again, the Wildcats did win the coin toss. They did elect to receive. Coalgate will be going left to right on your radio dial. Already got a little bit of confusion, I think, from the Antlers sideline. They had ran out ready for kickoff, and now they've ran back.
Yeah, and looks like the play clocks are off as well.
So Coach Cagle's going to get an off night tonight. Coalgate in their home black uniforms, purple matte helmets with cursive written out Wildcat on one side of the helmet, the block black C on the other. Cursive Coalgate in white across the chest with white numbers, black pants with a white stripe down the side for the Coalgate Wildcats. For the Antlers Bearcats, blue helmets with a block A on the top, white tops, white pants, blue numbers outlined in yellow gold trim. This is technically week 1. Coalgate looking for their first win of the year, and here we go. It's a short kick, and it could be fielded, but it rolls out of bounds.
The break for the Wildcats, because looked like there was a chance potentially there for Antlers to get on that football. Fortunately, it goes out of bounds.
It was kicked toward the onside direction. Wasn't, I don't think, necessarily an onside kick, but they were trying to catch Coalgate napping. Coalgate will take over at their own 49-yard line as it just happened to roll out of bounds for the Wildcat offense.
As it is, great field position for your first offensive possession here tonight. Try to come out and establish a good rhythm early here and get the ball moving down the field. See if you can go do like you did last week and score a touchdown on your opening possession.
Again, Davis Grant in at quarterback tonight. 5 receivers set for the Wildcats to start the game. 3 receivers to the right. Bryson Stowe, the starting running back, in the slot position to the left. Empty backfield. Antlers showing blitz. It's a quarterback run up the middle, crossing the 50, taken down just shy of the 45. Picks up about 5 yards on that run. It'll be 2nd down and 5 coming up for the Wildcats.
Yeah, good play design there, going empty, spreading everybody out, giving Grant some room to work, weave his way there for 5 yards on first down, be 2nd and 5 from the Antlers' 46-yard line.
Looks like the Wildcats are going to stay with the empty backfield. 3 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Stowe in motion. It's a jet sweep to Stowe, and it's read by the backfield of Antlers. That was number 10 come crashing down from his strong safety position. Ben Copeland blows that play up, and the Wildcats lose those positive 5 yards. They lose 5. It'll bring up 3rd and about 11 now for the Wildcats.
Yeah, that one was read really well by the defense. Stowe had no chance on that, really. Men in the backfield as soon as he got that on the jet sweep motion. Now you've got a 3rd and long here.
West and Lackey in motion from right to left. Now they move Lackey back left to right. 3 receivers to the right. Empty backfield. Shotgun formation. Antlers showing blitz. And there's 5 yards. Coalgate does it again. I'm not sure there's a better team in the state, Blaine, that is able to get them free 5 yards on those hard counts.
Definitely has not been a better team that we see at doing that. The Wildcats do that consistently at least 2 or 3 times a game over the last couple of years. Get those free 5-yard penalties. Makes this a much more manageable 3rd down here. 3rd and about 7 from the Bearcat 48.
Still going to go empty backfield. 3 receivers to the left. 10:40 to go here in the first quarter. This is the opening possession for the Wildcats. Grant, quarterback, gets a snap. Has time, throws high, and caught by Stowe. Has to climb the ladder.
Just a little shy.
Looks like they're going to mark him about a yard short of the first down. Needed 6, got 5. It's going to be 4th and 1, and the Wildcats quickly up to the line of scrimmage. They're going to bring in Kyler Wood, the fullback.
Yeah, this field position and this down and distance, definitely the right play here to go for this. 4th and short on the Antlers side of the field.
Got to get to the 43. The ball spotted at the 44. Now Stowe flanking Grant to his left. Grant looking over at the coordinators. Grant now audibling, changing the play, shotgun formation. Here's the snap. Quick pass across the middle, and it's low. Did it fall incomplete? They're saying he caught it.
Catch. They're really going to catch.
Extremely low, right at the shoelaces of Easton Loudermilk. No, now they changed their mind. Incomplete pass.
And that's probably the right call. I think it did hit the ground. But for a moment, it looked like the Wildcats had caught a break there. But
it was a quick slant there to Loudermilk. He was open.
Yeah,
I think he was open. Just a little bit of too short on that throw.
I think there was just enough pressure coming off the edge to kind of change the way Grant had to throw that one and made his release.
So we'll see
the
new look Antlers offense. This is back-to-back weeks that we've seen a change of offense from the previous year that we've played. Ben Copeland, the quarterback, shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the left, gets a snap. Looking to pass, under pressure. Ethan Nelson chases him out to the right. Copeland throws back across his body, falls incomplete. Dangerous pass there by Copeland. Under pressure by Ethan Nelson, who was able to get in the backfield. Incomplete pass brings up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, good pressure and pursuit there by Nelson, putting the heat on Copeland pretty quickly, and dangerous pass kind of back across his body into the middle of the field. Unfortunately, wasn't a Wildcat there to intercept it, but good first down play defensively there. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Ball spotted at the Antlers 44-yard line after a turnover on downs by the Wildcat offense. Antlers slowly getting the play in. And the play clock is not working, so I'm not exactly sure how much time is on the play clock.
Yeah, I'm trying to kind of keep an eye on the back judge, see when he puts his hand up to let you know it's getting close.
2 receivers to the right, shotgun formation. Copeland gets the snap. Handoff, running back up the middle, met at the line of scrimmage, and he falls forward, picks up about 2 yards on that run, maybe 3. They're going to give him 3 up to the Antlers 47-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 7 now. No, moved it back.
Yeah, I think they went with the spot of the line judge on the near side of the field. He was at that spot the whole way. Good job defensively there, limiting that to just about 2 yards, make it 3rd and long, 3rd and 8.
3rd and 8 upcoming. That was number 7, the running back, Austin. Austin flanking Copeland. Copeland gets a snap, looking to pass, quick pass out in the flat, and it's through the hands. That's just missed, flat out dropped by number 4, Jeffrey Jones, a senior wide receiver, had enough for the first down. Jones drops it. 4th and 8 coming up for the Bearcats.
Yeah, fortunate for the Wildcats that one was dropped, because I think that was a little bit of a busted coverage. He was wide open, not a man within about 7 to 10 yards of him. That would have been an easy first down and maybe 5 or 10 yards past the sticks. So good break there for the Wildcats.
Bearcats bring out the punting unit. That's going to send Bryson Stowe standing at his own 25-yard line. We've seen Bryson be pretty successful on kick returns this year. This is a high, short punt. It's going to drop at the 25 and roll out of bounds at about the 24 of Coalgate, and that's where the Wildcats will take over.
Yeah, pretty effective punt. Not a lot of yardage on it, but a good hang time, good directional kick, getting it out of bounds, keeping it away from Stowe as a returner. Good job by the Antlers punter there, and Wildcats take over. Looks like they're going to end up setting it down pretty well right on the 25 for 1st and 10.
8 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Wildcat offense trots back out onto the field where they take over at their own 25-yard line. Coalgate going to go empty backfield. 3 receivers. Loudermilk, Lackey, and Viss to the left. Now Stowe in motion. This time the RPO is read. Grant keeps it himself and is tackled. Gang tackled. Loses about a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 11 as the Bearcats have got that little jet sweep handoff read nicely.
Yeah, that one was defensed pretty well that time. Grant chose to keep that one instead of handing it to Stowe. He handed it to Stowe the first time, and Stowe got blew up in the backfield. Kept it that time. Lost about a yard to make it 2nd and 11.
Same formation for the Wildcats. Colby Brown, Bryson Stowe to the left side, empty backfield. Antlers showing blitz, and he's walloped. Number 22, the linebacker, was the blitzer, come completely unscathed, untouched through the line, and a big loss there by Davis Grant.
Yeah, loss of about 6 on that sack, just untouched, and Grant just wasn't able to get it off quickly enough. It looked like the Wildcats were maybe trying to hit something downfield on that one and just didn't have the time to let it develop, and now you've got 3rd and 17 from about their own 18-yard line.
We did see last week Antlers was able to get to the quarterback 6 times against Pecola. And here comes another blitz up the middle, picked up, thrown across the middle, and that's way over the head of Loudermilk. Loudermilk running the seam was open just over the head of Loudermilk, falls incomplete, and 4th and about 17 coming up. You got to figure punting position here for the Wildcats.
Yeah, just a little bit too much on that one. Like you said, he had Loudermilk up the seam. Don't think it was going to get enough for the first down, but would have been a good positive gain of 8 to 10 yards. Just missed him on that one.
Stops the clock with 7:18 to go. Bearcats do have a punt returner now standing at his own 50-yard line. Davis Grant waiting the snap. Here's the snap, steps into it, punt. It's high, and it goes nowhere, straight in the air, and it's going to take a Bearcat bounce, and it's rolling the wrong way for the Wildcats. That was actually about a 1 yard punt, as Grant just shanked it and went straight in the air.
Yeah, and that's one where the rest of the punt team's got to have a little better awareness, and somebody, when that ball starts bouncing, just grab it. Lost another 5 or 6 yards there watching the ball roll. So now great field position for Antlers.
So the Wildcat offense hadn't been able to get anything going thus far, and the Bearcats now with extremely good field position, the best field position of either team tonight. They take over at the Coalgate 20-yard line, going right to left on your radio dial. Copeland in the backfield, gets the snap, shotgun, looking to pass, steps up, under pressure, still under pressure, now rolling to his right. He's going to take off and run to the 20, to the 15, lowers his shoulder and is taken out of bounds at about the 12, 13-yard line, picks up 7 or 8 positive yards on that quarterback run. It'll be 2nd down and 2 coming up now for the Bearcats.
Good pursuit by the linebackers once he finally broke contain and got out. Wildcats just got to do a better job of keeping him in the pocket, having better rush lane integrity. Don't let him get outside, as he got about 7 yards there to make it 2nd and 3.
6:45 to go here in the first quarter. Now a pair of Bearcats in the backfield with Copeland. Shotgun formation. Now Austin in motion. It's a handoff to the other running back, number 5. Goes right, cuts back up the middle. Going to be pretty close to the first down. They think they marked him just shy of the 10.
Yeah,
looks like he's going to be about a half a yard short of the line to gain. It'll be 3rd and about a half a yard now coming up for the Bearcats.
Are you serious? They gave him the first down. How do you give that a first down when the ball's at the 20 to begin the set and it's not to the 10?
I think he should at least measure it.
You got to at least measure it. You can tell from up here it's not all the way at the 10.
I think Antlers is
down.
lining up. So it's still 3rd down. 3rd and a half a yard. Shotgun formation, empty backfield. Copeland keep it himself up the middle.
As it is, that he's got it now on the first down. Little confusion before, as it looked like the White Hat signaled first down and then changed his mind. Copeland keeps it, though, for about 3 down to the 8-yard line. It'll make it 1st down and goal for the Bearcats.
Ball spotted at the 8-yard line after really, really good field position given up by the Wildcats. 3 receivers to the left. Austin flanking Copeland to his right. Gets the snap, handoff. Austin up the middle, bounces around to the 5, and it stood up there it was tackled by Davis Grant at the 5. Stood him up, drove him to the ground. Picks up 3. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 5.
Yeah, really nice open field tackle that time by Davis Grant from his safety position, limiting that to about a 3-yard gain down to the 5-yard line. Be 2nd and goal from the 5.
5.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Again, shotgun formation for the Bearcats. Split receivers. And Coalgate jumps into the neutral zone.
Yeah, Antlers returns the favor. Gets the Wildcats to jump.
Looks like they got Loudermilk and Nelson both. That'll be a half a distance, so that'll move the ball to about the 2.5-yard line. But it does reset the –
No,
it doesn't reset the downs. No, but it's still second down from the 2.5. Under 5 minutes to go here. Split receivers. Now one moves out to the right. 3 receivers to the right. Copeland in the backfield by himself. And he's going to keep it, and he's met by a host of Wildcats. They blew that play up, and Copeland loses massive yards on that play. Loses about 3 back to the Coalgate 6. That helps out Blaine. Now third and goal from the Coalgate 7.
Yeah, really good play by the Wildcat defensive line on that time, as there was several of them getting in the backfield immediately and able to push Copeland back for a loss of about 3 or 4. Third and goal from looks like about the 6.5-yard line here.
So Austin now flanking Copeland to his left. 3 receivers to the right of the formation. Gets the snap, looking to throw. Under pressure, rolling to his right. Still looking, has a man wide open in the back of the end zone, and it's caught. No, he's out of bounds. He was out of bounds. He was wide open, but when he went up.
Looked like he kind of juggled it when he initially came down and then stepped out before he completely gained control. Big break by the Wildcats there, because that was a busted coverage as he was wide open.
Pass a little high by Copeland. I think that was Austin who had to climb the ladder, but came down out of bounds and was bobbling it. So a big 4th down now here for the Wildcats. It's 4th and goal for the Bearcats.
I think they might be going to try a field goal.
Looks like they're going to try a field goal. This is going to be about a 23-yard field goal attempt.
So slightly longer than extra point. He was hitting extra points in warm-ups.
Snap back, ball down, kick on the way. The kick is up. It's long enough, and it is good. Antlers puts 3 on the board. 4:01 to go here in the first. The Wildcat defense holds Antlers to a field goal. We'll take a break. Be back here. This is Wildcat football presented by First Bank.
As Oklahomans, we look out for one another, and at Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance, it's no different. With agents like Kevin Haney right here in Cole County, we always have someone close at hand with the advice and guidance you need to help you find affordable coverage and products for your home, auto, farm and ranch, business, life, and annuities. Please call Kevin Haney at 580-927-2324 or visit okfbinsurance.com today. Life insurance and annuity products offered through Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company. Property and casualty products are offered through Oklahoma Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance and affiliated companies. Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance, made of and made for Oklahomans.
A community bank is far more than just a bank that offers the services such as online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and loans that fit your needs. A community bank invests in the community it serves. Your phone call will be answered by local people you already know and will make you feel welcome by greeting you as you enter the lobby. At Shamrock Bank, we effectively combine convenient banking technology with people you know and trust. It really is the people that make the difference. At Shamrock Bank, you are more than a customer, and we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC.
And we're back where Antlers was able to get 3 points on the board, awaiting the kickoff here. It's a short line drive kick, bounces at the 25, picked up by Stowe at the 25, runs through a defender, and he's taken down. Might have got 2 or 3 yards on that return. Wildcats will take over at about their 27, 28-yard line.
Yeah, did a good job, just get what he could on that. Did a good job of fielding it cleanly off the hop. Looks like they're going to put it at about the 29. That's where they're going to end up giving him. Just to recap really quickly, scoring drive by Antlers. They went only 14 yards after the not great punt. Took them 7 plays, ended in the 23-yard field goal.
So they're going to bring Kyler Woods into the game at fullback. They're going to move Bryson Stowe in now, flanking Davis to his right. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Grant gets the snap, handoff Stowe, and he's met in the backfield. This defensive line is just making headway through the offensive line of the Wildcats. That's 2 or 3 plays now that we've seen the Bearcats blow up. The running play for the Wildcats loses a yard, brings up 2nd and 11.
Yeah, just not much chance there for Stowe on that one. Guys in the backfield, as soon as he gets the handoff, offensive line's going to have to get it together a little bit here in their run blocking.
Same formation.
Offsides.
And there's going to be offsides against Antlers. It's the 2nd offside penalty called against the Bearcats. Antlers with 8 penalties last week against Pecola.
And that'll help out. That'll make it 2nd and 6 from the 33 as opposed to the 2nd and 11 that you were fixing to have.
Got to get to the 39-yard line of the Bearcats. 3:20 to go here in the first quarter. It's 3-0 in favor of Antlers after an early 22-yard field goal. Shotgun formation. Woods in motion to the left. Grant gets the snap. Quick pass, and it's batted down. Good play there by Wheat to bat that ball down. Coming in on that blitz. Trying to get the ball out in the flat to Loudermilk. Falls incomplete. 3rd and 8 coming up for the Wildcats.
Yeah, that's one where to give Grant a chance of completing that tackle has got to get a little piece at least of that edge rusher, keep him from being able to jump up and bat it away quite as easily as that. 3rd and 6 upcoming here. Got to really try to find a way to pick up this first down and get the offense going. 2
receivers to the left. Antlers showing blitz. They've been blitzing up the middle and to the left side of that offensive line. 3:04 to go. Here's the snap. Handoff. No. Quarterback keep. Designed run to the 35 and a shoestring tackle. That's a good tackle there by number 11 for Antlers. That's Bryson Copeland. Picks up a couple of yards just up to the 35-yard line. It's going to be 4th and about 4 coming up here for the Wildcats.
Yeah, probably punt time here for the Wildcats. Good shoestring tackle, like you said. A good tackle in open space on Grant to limit that one to just a couple yards. Wildcats looking over the sideline. I'm sure this field position, I would expect them to back up and punt here momentarily.
They do not. Here's the play. Shotgun has time. Grant tucks and runs and is taken down from behind. Loses a couple of yards. Loses about 3. Was unsure where to go with the football, and he takes another sack. It's 2 sacks now for the Bearcats. And a back-to-back turnover on downs for the Wildcats. And the Bearcats will have excellent starting field position for the second offensive series in a row as they'll take over at the Coalgate 33-yard line.
Yeah, unfortunate pressure pretty quickly in there on Grant that time and just not able to make a play. Tried to extend the play and just couldn't get it done, and Bearcats take over on the Wildcat 33-yard line.
Antlers kicked a field goal the last time out. Wildcats were able to hold the Bearcats in the red zone to 3 points. Here's a shotgun snap. Under pressure, throws a screen set up, and it falls incomplete. They were trying to do a screen the whole play. Was unable to connect, falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Bearcats.
Wildcats were fortunate on that one that Copeland was a little inaccurate because they had that set up pretty well. Blockers in front probably would have went for a big play if they had got that one complete. 2nd and 10 from the 33 coming up.
Overcast skies here in Coalgate. Low 70s, good football weather. Shotgun formation. Austin flanking Copeland to his right. Gets the snap, looking to throw. Steps up, now rushes. Flag on the field. Copeland gets out of bounds.
I think you're going to have a hold.
Flag was thrown in the area of holding, and it is. That'll be a holding penalty against Antlers. That'll be a 10-yard penalty.
Yeah, and it's 10 from the spot, and where that flag is about 4 yards in the backfield. So this could wind up being close to a 15-yard penalty on the play. Big break again for the Wildcats, as they are going to put this one down all the way out at the 48-yard line. So that is a 15-yard penalty. Foul occurred 5 yards in the backfield.
So it'll be 2nd and 25 now for the Bearcats. I would think obvious passing situations here, but you seen last week the Coalgate defense give up a lot of 3rd and longs. I would bet that was probably talked about this week.
I would assure you it was. This is one, if you're in Antlers' position here, you don't really necessarily want to try to think about getting all 25 yards on one play, but if you can get about half of it here on 2nd down and give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down. Looks like we've got a discussion here maybe of where exactly the foul occurred.
So So they're going to say the foul occurred. So they're going to change it.
So the foul occurred
at the
2 yards
line
in front of the line of scrimmage?
So it'll be 2nd and 20. They marked the 5 yards off.
They had it right to begin with.
Shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the right. Copeland gets the snap, looking to throw. Steps up, open pocket.
Wide open.
Has a man open on the far side, pushed out of bounds by Colby Brown. About 5 yards shy of the first down. Picks up about 15 yards on that second down run. A 3rd and manageable coming up now for the Bearcats. 3rd and 5 coming up.
Yeah, just kind of a soft zone there with the long yardage, but unfortunately he was able to hit that throw and make it a pretty manageable 3rd down here now as it's 3rd and just about 5 after that play.
Ball spotted at the Coalgate 27-yard line. Copeland gets the snap, looking to throw, blitz coming. And he avoids the blitz, but he can't avoid the second, and the Wildcats take him down behind the line of scrimmage. Past the 30-yard line. I think that's where they're going to mark him. Loss of about 3. It'll be 4th, and we'll call it 7 coming up now for the Bearcats.
Looked like it was Reed Abels initially on the pressure. Wasn't able to get him down, but was able to force his eyes from downfield and make him start scrambling, and then a host of Wildcats was able to come in and clean that one up for a 2-yard sack, make it 4th and 7.
Definitely outside of the field goal range here for the Bearcats, so they're going to line up to go for it. 4th, and we'll call it 8. Here's the snap. Blitz coming up the middle. Copeland forced to his left, scrambling, throws, and it's batted out of bounds, and it'll be a turnover on downs as we've got some scuffling going on now on the Bearcat bench. Bearcat faithful thinking there was a late hit out of bounds. No flags on the play, and the Wildcat defense forces a turnover on downs, and they'll take over at their own 30-yard line.
Yeah, good job by the defense there to flush him out of the pocket once again, bring pressure, and make him scramble on that one. And good job of forcing that 4th down play to get the turnover on downs.
1:08 to go here in the first quarter. The Bearcats lead 3-0 as the Coalgate offense is yet to get untracked here in the first quarter. Jet Walkup now into the game at running back. Loudermilk late coming in off the bench. 3 receivers to the right. Loudermilk unsure where he needs to be. Here's the snap. Quick pass. And it's caught by Lackey just shy of the 40-yard line. A little bit of confusion there the whole time. Loudermilk not really sure where he was supposed to be. Now he comes off the field.
Yeah, as it is.
Picks up 9 yards on that play there. Completion there from Lackey.
As it is, good pass by Grant, good catch by Lackey, setting down in the zone there, finding the hole in the zone and getting 9 yards. Good positive play on first down to set you up with 2nd and short here.
It's the first time tonight the Wildcats positive yards on first down. It's been a slow go here for the offense. Cato Pebworth now checking into the game at receiver. 3 receivers to the left. Walk up in the backfield with Grant. Grant going to keep it himself. Sheds a tackle, but can't shed the next 2. And the Bearcats have got Grant red as the Bearcats are into the backfield again. Loss of 1.
Yeah, not much room that time. Grant trying to get what he could, scrambling around. Lost about 1.5 yards. It'll make it 3rd and about 3 here, 2.5 or 3.
And that'll be the final play of the quarter. 0's on the clock, and we've played 1. The Bearcats of Antlers 3, the Wildcats of Coalgate 0. We'll move to the second quarter when we return. This is Wildcat Football, presented by First Bank.
This is Eric Studeville, inviting you to buy the Studeville way.
Whether you're looking for open roads
or you like them built tough,
there is only one way to buy your vehicle.
And that's the Studeville way.
Studeville Chevrolet, 851 Westside Drive in Durant, and StudevilleChevrolet.com.
And Studeville Ford, 1601 South Mississippi in Atoka, and StudevilleFord.net.
The Studeville family of dealerships,
proudly serving you and your communities.
Brown's Funeral Service in Atoka, Coalgate, Durant, and Medill are proud to be a part of the communities they serve. Since 1994, Brown's Funeral Service has proudly supported nonprofits, police and fire departments, local military members, and area schools. The staff at Brown's Funeral Service takes great pride in these endeavors because they realize it's more than being in business. It's about being a thread in the fabric of our community. Brown's Funeral Service, where service begins but never ends.
And we're back here at Donald Mike Mayer Field, home of the Coalgate Wildcats. This week 1 matchup between the Bearcats and the Wildcats. Antlers leading 3-0 after the first quarter.
Stats not pretty for either team, really. First quarter, no first downs for the Wildcats, 8 carries for negative 11 yards, 2 of 5 throwing the ball for 13 yards. So 2 yards of total offense in the first quarter.
Here's a big 3rd and 1 coming up here for the Wildcats. Shotgun formation. Stowe back into the game at running back. The Bearcats showing blitz. They do. Stowe met the backfield, falls forward, but he's going to be short. They may give him maybe a half a yard on that run. Bearcats are just having their way there in the trenches, Blaine. It's 4th and about a yard coming up now for the Wildcats.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to start throwing it more, Cody. You just can't run the ball tonight. It's just becoming pretty evident so far.
Wildcats are going to line up to go for it. 4th and 1. 2 receivers to the left, 1 receiver to the right. The safety is all the way down in the linebacker position. There are 11 Bearcats within 6 yards. Now Grant backs up, pooches it away, good punt. He's going to drop it to 30, take a Coalgate roll to the 20, to the 15, and a pretty good punt there by Davis Grant's going to be fielded at about the 13-yard line. So the Bearcats will have the length of the field now to go. After a good punt, a good Coalgate roll there on that 4th and 1.
Yeah, much better punt that time by Grant than the time before. And it's like they're going to set that one down about the 12-yard line where the Bearcats will take over 1st and 10 from their own 12. For the Bearcats on offense, first quarter, they had 7 carries for 12 yards, so you're doing a good job defending the run, less than 2 yards per carry. They were 1 out of 6 throwing the ball for 20 yards.
And it's a 3-point lead here for the Bearcats.
All because of the great field position they got. It's the only reason they have a score.
Split receivers, Copeland in the backfield. Shotgun formation, gets the snap, looking to throw. Then it's thrown over the head. All of Copeland's passes tonight have been over the heads of the intended receiver.
Yeah,
something to watch if he's able to throw it across the middle.
Yeah,
might be there to lay up for an interception for Stowe or walk-up.
Yeah, you really hope at some point he throws one of them over the middle because, like you said, he's not been very accurate so far tonight. Everything's been high and not really a lot of pressure on that one. Just kind of airmailed it to begin with. 2nd and 10 from the 12 coming up for Antlers.
And last week for the Bearcats, Copeland was 0 for 2. Didn't play much quarterback last week for the Bearcats. Man in motion. Right to left, Copeland handoff, running back up the middle, and he's met by a host, the defensive line for the Wildcats. Stuffs that play, no gain coming up now, 3rd and 10. Say 3rd and 9, they're going to give him a yard.
Yeah, not much there. Good job by that interior of the defensive line, clogging up the middle, limiting that to just about a 1-yard gain to make it 3rd and 9 for the Bearcats from their own 13.
As a team last week, Antlers just 6 of 17 for 52 yards in the passing game. 3rd and 9 coming up here for the Bearcats. Split receivers. Now Austin goes from the left to the right side of Copeland. Gets a snap, another pass. Copeland has time. Now steps up, has room to run, and is met. Drugged down from behind. I couldn't tell who that was.
Looked like
Lucas
Grant,
Franklin.
Abels, and Lucas Franklin, I think, all in there on that one, as well as maybe Kyler Woods was in there on that as well. Several Wildcats did a good job of getting to him on that one, stopping him after about a 3-yard gain out to the 16, and it'll be punting time for Antlers.
Copeland did rush the ball 10 times for 44 yards last week. So they've moved him from running back to receiver to quarterback tonight. Here's the punt. Steps into it. It's a short line drive punt. Get away. And they're still crowding around. It's going to stop at about the 50. I don't understand. If you're not going to catch it, why play with fire there?
You know, that's one to me you need to catch.
Yeah.
You could have caught that on the fly. You lost about at least 5 yards of field position by letting that one bounce. And then if you're going to let it bounce, like you said, you got to get farther away than that. That was a little bit too little bit too close for comfort to maybe disaster happening. But as it is, you have your best starting field position of the night here, starting just across the 50 at about the Antlers 49.5.
9 minutes and 40 seconds to go here before halftime. 3-0. Again, the offense for the Wildcats trying to get uncorked here. Split receivers walk up in the backfield. Flanking Grant to his left. Another blitz coming. And it's a short pass. Picked up off the ground by Stowe. Up to the 45, to the 40. He's on the loose to the 30, to the 15. It's a foot race. 10, 5, touchdown. Strike up the band. Touchdown, Bryson Stowe.
That's just a great individual play by Bryson Stowe to catch that initially as that throw was a little low as Grant had some pressure in his face. And then great blocking downfield. They had that screen set up nicely. Stowe did a good job using his speed. He's probably the speediest guy on the team this year, taking that one 49 yards to the house.
Talking to Coach Cater before the game, and he mentioned that got to get the ball in the playmaker's hands, and that's kind of where you'll see Stowe moved around in different places. You'll see him at running back. You'll see him at receiver. That's one of the many ways the Wildcats try to get the ball to Stowe. Here's the extra point. Snap back, ball down, kick on the way. The kick is short and no good. 6-3 on the extra point miss. 9:27 to go. 50-yard pitch and catch from Grant to Stowe. And we'll take a break and be back here. This is Wildcat Football presented by First Bank.
Chevy makes America's most dependable trucks. Like the rugged Colorado, the highly capable Silverado 1500, the powerful Silverado HD, and the uncompromising Silverado EV. In every Chevy truck, dependability comes standard.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing for 72 months on Silverado 1500 models.
Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
When it comes to gifts that wow them, start your journey at the Flower Garden at 32 North Main in Coalgate. Whether it's planning that big event or you just remembered your wedding anniversary midway through the workday, the Flower Garden can get the gift you need right and on time. Follow the Flower Garden on Facebook or book online 24/7 at theflowergardencolgate.com. The Flower Garden, proudly serving Coalgate and surrounding areas since 1945.
And we're back here for the kickoff as Jet Walkup is set to kick the ball off at the Coalgate 40-yard line. The Wildcats respond. 6-3 now the score in favor of the Wildcats.
Yeah, really nice offensive possession that time. One play for about 49.5 yards. Touchdown. There's your quick drive recap. Grant to Stowe on the screen.
Walkup now. Line drive kick bounces at the 35. It was fair caught. He stuck
fair
his head
catch.
in the air.
He
Not
gave
sure.
a very clear fair catch signal. I don't know how everybody missed that, but
that should be a penalty.
Did. Yeah.
If you fair catch it and then take off and run with it.
Yeah, he threw his left hand up. That's a very clear fair catch signal. Don't know how that was missed, but
they're going to miss it, and the Antlers will take over at their own 43-yard line.
As it is, you limited the return fairly well, only about 8 yards or so on that return. But it is pretty decent field position. They'll start 1st and 10 from their own 43.
So we've seen Antlers really try to throw the ball tonight to not much avail.
Defense has played well so far for the Wildcats. The only points you gave up was after the really poor punt when they had great field position to start.
And they just went 15 yards.
14 yards is all they moved it on that.
Shotgun formation, receiver in motion. Copeland going to keep it himself. Design quarterback run around the right side. Cuts back to the middle, has some room to the 50. Now reverses course all the way across to the Coalgate 40-yard line, to the Coalgate 35. Now back.
Somebody
sheds a tackle. He's just running right through the defense and finally taken down at the Coalgate 25-yard line.
You know, they blocked it up really well initially, running to the right, and then he found a cutback lane. But there at the end, just some really poor tackling by the Wildcats to give him some extra yards.
Antlers going to try to go tempo here. Chain gang still not set.
Yeah, refs slow them for a minute to get the chain gang set.
3 receivers now to the right, all the way down to the Coalgate 25-yard line. Left to right on your radio dial. Copeland, handoff to Austin up the middle, following his tacklers, being patient up to the 20. Taken down shy of the 15, about the 17-yard line. Positive yards there. Got about 8. It'll be 2nd and 2.
Yeah, that one was blocked up pretty well. Got to get him down a little quicker than that. Don't want to keep consistently giving up big runs, big chunk plays on first down. Second about 2 here from the Wildcat 17 for the Bearcats.
Austin just hiding behind that offensive line. Copeland, shotgun formation. Gets the snap, another handoff. Austin up the middle. Read better that time by the Wildcat defense. Tackled initially. That's number 7, Ernest Smith, coming in to make the tackle in the backfield. Say no gain on the play. 3rd and 2 coming up now for the Bearcats.
Yeah, defended much better that time by the middle of that Wildcat defense. No gain, make it 3rd and 2 from the 17. Probably, obviously, 4-down territory here.
In split receivers, Wildcats showing blitz. Kyler Wood thought about it. Now the Bearcats looking over at the offensive coordinators.
I'd be wary of some sort of play-action pass here. 3rd and 2 in obvious 4-down situation. Kind of feels like the time to maybe take a shot.
They got the receivers stacked on top of each other. Here's a quick pass out to the flat.
It's a double pass, perhaps.
And it's read by Grant.
He's short.
Initially got it. May get a favorable spot.
He's still short. They give him about a yard, looks like.
It's going to be pretty close to the first down.
I think he's about half a yard
half
shy.
a yard. Yep.
And honestly, I think that's actually probably goes in the stat book as a run because that was a backwards pass. I thought initially they were maybe trying to set up the double pass, but the Wildcats defended it pretty well. Now got a 4th and about half a yard coming up after an Antlers timeout.
Bearcats take a timeout. We'll take one with them. We'll be right back here from Donald Mike Mayer Field. This is Wildcat Football, presented by First Bank.
The RX Shop is now under new ownership. Jason and Sedana Lanig and their 2 daughters are longtime residents of Caney and are looking forward to continuing the same great service for you and your family. They're excited for this opportunity to serve our community and invite you to let them help you with your healthcare needs. Call 580-889-3331, 580-889-3331, or come by 872 West 13th Street in Atoka. RX Shop thanks you for shopping local.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank, here for possibilities.
And we're back, 4th and half a yard. Copeland going to keep it himself up the middle, met in the backfield, and he's going to fall forward, crossing the 15, and he's going to have about a half a yard, enough for the first down.
Got just enough. Needed about a half a yard, got about 3/4 of a yard to just inside the 15 to move the sticks. 1st and 10 for Antlers.
Ball now at the 14-yard line. Fresh set of downs for the Bearcats, as it hasn't been explosive offense for the Bearcats tonight. They've just kind of chipped away. Copeland being flanked by 2 running backs. Deep shot to the end zone, and it is incomplete, and they're going to say face guarding against, looks like Cato Pebworth. They're going to throw a penalty.
Wasn't a lot of contact, but he never got his head around, and that's one that you don't get your head turned around. Even if there's not very much contact, they're going to call it pretty well every time.
Yeah. Good position. If he'd got his head turned around, there would have been no flag.
Oh, if he gets his head turned around, he might intercept it because
Yeah.
the ball was underthrown. Just didn't get his head turned around to look for the ball.
So this should be half the distance, I believe.
Yeah, should take it down to about the 7-yard line or so. But in high school football, it's not automatic first down, so it would make it about first and 3.
1st and 3 coming up. They're going to spot the ball at the 7-yard line. Same formation.
Well, you've bowed up once already in this field position as a defense against Antlers. Need to try to do it again and try to hold them to a field goal.
Barrick and Austin flanking Copeland in the backfield. Shotgun formation. Quick pass out to the flat to Barrick. He catches it behind the line of scrimmage, trying to push the pile. Gang tackled right at the line to gain about the 5.
Yeah, I think he's going to have the first down probably.
Looks like he was tackled right at the line to gain. And no signal. I think it's second down.
He's just shy. He's about a length of a football shy, perhaps, of the first down.
So same formation. Copeland in the backfield. Gets the snap, looking to pass. Throws and batted up in the air, and it's caught.
It's caught.
Back-to-back
weeks
weeks
in a row.
where the Wildcats are able to deflect the pass in the air and caught for a touchdown.
2 weeks in a row. What are the odds of that? 2 straight games. You deflect the ball in the air in your own end zone with a chance to get an interception, and 2 straight weeks the offense comes down with it for kind of a crushing touchdown.
So the Bearcats respond after that touchdown drive by the Wildcats. Now 9-6, pending an extra point here for the Bearcats. Snap back, ball down, kick on the way. The kick is up, and if it gets there, it is good. So the Bearcats 10, the Wildcats 6, 6:41 to go here in the second quarter. We'll take a break and be back here in 30 seconds. This is Wildcat Football presented by First Bank.
I can't believe how much business we're getting with the new sign we put up front. Game days are awesome. What's better than a lifelike sign of your favorite player? Wow, those decals on your ride are sweet. Where'd you get them? These are conversations you could be having when you choose Black Hawk Signs. Signs, banner service, screen printing, embroidery, decals, all at a price you can't dismiss. Professional or just because. Black Hawk Signs, a proud supporter of Coalgate Athletics.
And we're back here in Coalgate after that scoring drive by the Bearcats, awaiting the kickoff here for Antlers. Ball spot at their own 40-yard line.
Yeah, quick drive recap for Antlers. 8 plays, 57 yards, capped by the 6-yard touchdown pass off the deflection to make it 10-6.
6:41 here to go before halftime. Be sure and stick around for the Flower Garden halftime show. We'll have some scores from across the area, some first half stats from this game. It's a short line drive kick fielded at the 25 up to the 30 and wrestled down just shy of the 30-yard line. Pretty good kick return, about 15 yards on that kick return there by Davis Grant.
Yeah, nice return, picking his way, getting from the 25 out to the 40. Pretty decent starting field position for the offense. Looking to keep that positive momentum going after you had the one-play 49-yard touchdown drive last time on the screen pass to Bryson Stowe.
We talked off air, the best way to beat the blitz is to do them screen passes like that, and it may start opening the run game for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and you just got to stay with it. If they're going to keep sending the house like that, you're going to have to keep trying to hit those little screens, quick passes to get the ball out of Grant's hand quickly.
Shotgun formation, Walkup in the backfield. Lined up behind Grant. Going to be a handoff to Walkup, crossing the 40. Bounces off tackler at 45, still his feet to the 50. Picks up about 13 yards on that play. He was hit initially about 5 yards past the line of scrimmage. Low center of gravity kept him going, moves the sticks. Now in Antlers territory, ball spotted at the Antlers 48-yard line. Shotgun formation. Antlers showing blitz. Another handoff, Walkup. This time he's met in the backfield, but does fall forward for about a yard on the play up to the 47-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 9 now coming up for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Antlers read that one better, but going back to the opening play from the drive, really good blocking initially. He wasn't touched until he was about 6 yards downfield, and then Walkup did a good job of a good tough run, bouncing off of a tackler, getting an extra 6 or 7 yards to get that first down.
Brown and Loudermilk lined up in the receiver position to the left. Walkup flanking Davis, and we're going to have a false start, I believe, on the far side. They're going to get Bryson Stowe on the false start at the receiver position. That'll back Coalgate up 5 yards.
Yeah, put it back at the Wildcat 49 is where that should put the ball. And that'll make it 2nd down on about 13 from the Wildcat 49.
So 2nd and long now coming up for the Wildcats. Ernest Smith now in at fullback for the Wildcats. Shotgun formation. Quarterback can run the whole way to the left side. Tries to get to the edge up to the 40. Still on his feet to the 40. Dragged down from behind. There's going to be 15 more yards on top of that. When Davis Grant is able to find the hole, he plants his foot and gets north and south quickly. Picks up the first down and is horse collared from behind. That really should be 15 more yards.
Really nice play to get him a good alley there to get that'd be about a 18-yard run. They're going to mark it at the 33, and then it'll be 15 yards more on the horse collar tackle. As they mark that penalty off, that's going to put it down, should put it down at the Antlers 18-yard line.
Yeah.
So a big play to set the Wildcats up in the red zone. It'll now be 1st and 10 from the Bearcat 18-yard line for the Wildcats. Big play. Grant in the backfield here, got Stowe flanked to his right, gets the snap. Going to hand off to Stowe on a draw. Stowe's got room, and he's got speed, and he's going to go. Touchdown, Wildcats, 18-yard touchdown run by Bryson Stowe on the draw. That one was blocked up really well. Good play.
Strike up the band, and the Wildcats go back-to-back offensive possessions. No laundry on the field, and the Wildcats respond nicely with a scoring drive of their own, now up 12-10, barring the extra point here. 2 touchdowns for Bryson Stowe tonight. If you kind of feel like offensively the Wildcats may be kind of getting in a little rhythm here. They've been stuck in the mud all night. The Wildcats going to go for 2. Shotgun formation. Grant rolls to his right, throws out in the flat. I believe it was batted down. Falls incomplete, and the Wildcats lead 12-10. 5:20 to go here before halftime. We'll take another break. Be back here on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
As Oklahomans, we look out for one another, and at Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance, it's no different. With agents like Kevin Haney right here in Cole County, we always have someone close at hand with the advice and guidance you need to help you find affordable coverage and products for your home, auto, farm and ranch, business, life, and annuities. Please call Kevin Haney at 580-927-2324 or visit okfbinsurance.com today. Life insurance and annuity products offered through Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company. Property and casualty products are offered through Oklahoma Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance and affiliated companies. Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance, made of and made for Oklahomans.
A community bank is far more than just a bank that offers the services such as online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and loans that fit your needs. A community bank invests in the community it serves. Your phone call will be answered by local people you already know and will make you feel welcome by greeting you as you enter the lobby. At Shamrock Bank, we effectively combine convenient banking technology with people you know and trust. It really is the people that make the difference. At Shamrock Bank, you are more than a customer, and we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC.
And we're back here, Donald Mike Mayer Field, home of the Coalgate Wildcats, where another touchdown for Bryson Stowe puts the lead back on top for the Wildcats. Here's the kickoff. Kick toward the sidelines, and it goes out of bounds.
That's a big break. That's not a wise decision to try to catch that. That makes it to where it's not a penalty. That ball's probably going out of bounds on the fly if he doesn't try to catch it.
He
big
tried
break
to catch
for the
it at the 20-yard line. That's about a 15-yard difference there in starting field position.
Yeah, Antlers would have been out at 34, 35. Looks like they're going to mark it right at the 20.
I mean, his toes were right on the sideline. There's really no business being over there trying to catch that.
But
perfect kick there by Walker.
Yeah,
Give
nice
credit for
kick.
him.
And the way the breaks have gone for you so far this season with having 2 passes deflected and caught for touchdowns, you'll take any break you can get if you're the Wildcats.
Bearcats going to start this offensive series here at their own 20-yard line. 5:18 to go here before halftime. Shotgun formation, Copeland in the backfield. 2 receivers to each side of the formation, now 1 in motion, left to right. Here comes a blitz. Copeland keeping it himself, trying to get to that left side edge, finds some room to run, cuts back to the middle, picks up 5. Copeland really patient as a running back. That's where he played last week. And we do have an injured Wildcat on the field. Slow to get up, but is working his way up. Now going to go back down.
Yeah, on the play, that's a really nice patient run by Copeland. Let that one develop. Let his block set up to get that 6-yard gain on first down.
So you got 5:07 to go here before halftime.
Looks like I believe that's Bryson Stowe that's on the ground for the Wildcats.
We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back here on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
I can't believe how much business we're getting with the new sign we put up front. Game days are awesome. What's better than a lifelike sign of your favorite player? Wow, those decals on your ride are sweet. Where'd you get them? These are conversations you could be having when you choose Black Hawk Signs. signs, banner service, screen printing, embroidery, decals, all at a price you can't dismiss. Professional or just because. Blackhawk Signs, a proud supporter of Coalgate Athletics.
And we're back here. Wildcats still on the ground. 5:07 to go here before halftime. The Wildcats lead 12-10 after a 6-yard run there by Copeland, who again moved from running back to quarterback this week.
But remember, he was their quarterback
last year. Yes.
So he's got quarterback experience. Looks like they're stretching on the Wildcat that's down. Hopefully just a cramp for Bryson Stowe.
Bryson Stowe jumps up, and he's going to be able to come off the field on his own. That's good to see.
Yeah, I think that's probably what it is, probably a cramp. Not real warm this evening, but it is humid.
Yep. Stowe's going to have to come off for at least a play from that free safety position on defense. To get back to the action, 2nd and 4 coming up now for the Bearcats. Ball spotted at their own 27-yard line. 5:07 to go here before halftime. And what's probably the first kind of feel-like football weather game of the year. Wide receivers stacked. Split receivers to both sides. Copeland looking to pass. Looking left. Going to throw deep down the field. And a comeback pass. It was short and read better by the receiver. He's able to stop and come back for the ball. Tackled at about the 50-yard line by Colby Brown. That ball was underthrown, and the receiver seen it, was able to come back and get it.
Yeah, those underthrown passes like that on those one-on-one situations, always easier for the receiver to adjust to that. Colby Brown had good position. The receiver just made a better adjustment. Good play for Antlers.
3 receivers now to the right. Copeland shotgun formation. Handoff, Austin up the middle, and he goes nowhere. In fact, he's going backwards, and a flag coming in from the defensive backfield. Thrown in the trenches.
Yeah, we'll see what this flag is.
Holding against the Bearcats. So not only did they lose 3 yards, if you go off the last holding penalty from the line of scrimmage, that should be 2nd and 23 coming up.
Yeah, we'll wait and see exactly where they put this one down, but I think you're going to be pretty spot on. Looks like they're going back to the 39-yard line.
Nope, other side of the 40.
Oh, okay. That's probably correct from where they had the flag actually setting on the ground.
Yep.
Looks like it's going to be at about the 42.
So it's 1st and about 20. 3 receivers to the right. Number 1, Aiden Wheat, lone receiver to the left. Copeland gets the snap, looking to throw, looking right, under pressure.
Oh, that's up for
That's
grabs.
a duck. That's up in the air, and it is through the hands. The receiver didn't have any clue where it was. The cornerback for the Wildcats, number 24,
that's
Cato Pebworth.
And
he had a chance.
He gave it a valiant effort. He was trying to not only track the ball but keep track. You could tell he was kind of looking, peeking down, seeing where his feet were to keep his feet in bounds, just not quite able to squeeze it. But good pressure that time up the middle. Kyler Woods blitzed from the linebacker position and almost got to Copeland.
Affected the ball just enough. Copeland put up a duck at 2nd and 20. Another pass attempt. Looking to throw, under pressure, and through the tackle of Nelson. Still on his feet to the 40, to the 35, to the 30. He could go all the way to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, and taken down from behind. Tackled by Davis Grant at about the 5-yard line. That's another breakdown in the defense where they're able to get Copeland out on the run, and then Copeland is just able to weave his way through the defense.
I think what I'm seeing, Cody, you're going to have to spy him. He runs it good enough. You know, we were kind of playing zone that time, and the way their routes ran opened up the whole middle of the field, and he just had a lot of real estate in front of him, and once he slipped through one tackle, he was gone for a big gain all the way down to about the 7-yard line.
We're going to spot it at the 6. It'll be 1st and goal now from the Coalgate 6-yard line. Barrick and Austin, running backs, one on each side of Copeland. Shotgun formation, 3:40 to go here before halftime. Bearcats do get the ball coming out of half. It's a handoff. No, it's a pitch to Austin around the left side, and he's going to be able to get the edge into the end zone for a touchdown, Bearcats.
Yeah, really nice play design there. Kind of almost a little unconventional triple option. Able to pitch it out there to number 7, and he got the edge and got into the end zone for another Antlers touchdown from 6 yards out.
16-12. Looks like the Bearcats are going to line up to go for 2.
And, yeah, that's probably the play when you're up 4 is try to go for 2 and get up by 6 points if you're Antlers.
Yeah, going up 5 does no good.
Looks like they're maybe going to talk it over, take a timeout.
Bearcats going to take a timeout. We'll take one with them. We'll be right back here. This is Wildcat Football presented by First Bank.
This is Eric Studeville inviting you to buy the Studeville way.
Whether you're looking for open roads
or you like them built tough,
there is only one way to buy your vehicle.
And that's the Studeville way.
Studeville Chevrolet, 851 Westside Drive in Durant, and StudevilleChevrolet.com.
And Studeville Ford, 1601 South Mississippi in Atoka, and StudevilleFord.net.
The Studeville family of dealerships,
proudly serving you and your communities.
Brown's Funeral Service in Atoka, Coalgate, Durant, and Medill are proud to be a part of the communities they serve. Since 1994, Brown's Funeral Service has proudly supported nonprofits, police and fire departments, local military members, and area schools. The staff at Brown's Funeral Service takes great pride in these endeavors because they realize it's more than being in business. It's about being a thread in the fabric of our community. Brown's Funeral Service, where service begins but never ends.
2-point conversion upcoming here for the Bearcats as they try to go up 6. 3 receivers to the left, shotgun formation. Copeland gets the snap, looking to throw, has time, throws across the middle, and it's caught. Wide open, number 1, that's Wheat. 2-point conversion successful, and the Bearcats go up a touchdown. It's now 18-12. 3.5 minutes to go. We'll take another break. Be back here on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
Chevy makes America's most dependable trucks. Like the rugged Colorado, the highly capable Silverado 1500, the powerful Silverado HD, and the uncompromising Silverado EV. In every Chevy truck, dependability comes standard.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing for 72 months on Silverado 1500 models.
Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
We're back here waiting the kickoff here from the Bearcats after another scoring drive. Blaine, it's now 4 consecutive scoring drives.
Yeah, this last
after
one,
the offense was stuck in the mud for both teams.
Last one, 6 plays, 80 yards, capped by the 6-yard pitch on the option play for the touchdown.
Bearcats line it up from the 40. It's a line drive kick fielded at the 25 by Stowe.
He's got
now
room.
Has some room to the right, crossing the 35, taken down just shy of the 40. Back there to mark him about the 39-yard line. Good field position upcoming for the Wildcats. As we've seen Bryson Stowe do pretty good this year so far on the kick returns. They're going to spot it at the 40.
Yeah, nice patience on that one. Kind of let some blocks develop, and then a good burst through the hole when he saw a hole develop, and got about almost 20 yards on that one. Out to the 40-yard line. Pretty good starting field position.
Wildcats have all 3 timeouts here. 3:25 to go here before halftime. 3 receivers to the left. Bryson Stowe back into the game. He's going to flank Davis Grant to the right. Shotgun formation. Here's the snap. Quick pass. Loudermilk out in the flat. Cuts back up the middle. Still on his feet. Tackled from behind. Crossing the 45 up to the 46. Picks up 6 yards on that first down run.
Yeah, good little easy completion there on first down to kind of a drive starter, get some good positive yards. He was able to get about 6 yards out to the 46, make it a manageable 2nd down and 4 here. Just a good easy throw for Grant to get the drive started.
Now under 3 minutes to play, 3 receivers, empty backfield, 2 receivers to the right, 3 to the left. Grant gets the snap, quarterback run the whole way up the middle to the 50, still up the middle. And he's bulldogged down, crossing about the 45-yard line of Antlers. Has enough for the first down. Picks up 10 yards on that run. Moves the chains down to the Antlers' 44-yard line.
Yeah, really nice burst there by Davis Grant. He's got good speed and blocked up well by the offensive line on the quarterback draw for a 10-yard gain and a first down to the Antlers' 44.
Three receivers now to the right, empty backfield. Grant standing at his own 50. Antlers showing blitz, and there's going to be free 5 yards.
Yeah, they're just a little too antsy, a little bit too amped up to get to blitzing Davis Grant, as it looked like they were sending the linebackers on that one. Free 5 yards once again for the Wildcats. It's, I believe, the third time already tonight.
It's going to move the ball inside the 40 to the 39. 1st and 5 coming up now for the Wildcats. Clock is winding, 2:25 to go here before halftime. Again, the Wildcats with 3 timeouts.
Yeah, clock's not a factor for you yet here. You got all 3 timeouts. In fact, you're probably trying to spend a little of clock, not wanting to give Antlers the ball back with any time left after a potential score here.
Light rain, a mist coming down now here at Coalgate. 3 receivers to the right. Grant gets the snap. Quick pass to Stowe out to the near side. And the Bearcats say not this time. They meet Stowe. In fact, they lose about 2 yards on that play. Back to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, that one was read really well by the Antlers defense that time. That little quick throw out to Stowe, and Antlers jumped on it quickly, brought more guys over that direction than Colby Brown could block by himself, and loss of a couple back to the 41.
Minute 35 here. Wildcats taking their time. 2nd down and 6. Empty backfield. Stowe in motion. Quarterback run up the middle. Met in the backfield, and he's tackled at the ankles. Falls forward, picks up about a yard up to the 40. It'll be 3rd and 5.
Yeah, good job of blocking that one up, clogging the middle up that time by the interior of Antlers' defensive line, as Grant was only able to get about a yard on that one to the 40.
Now game clock at a minute. 3rd and 5, empty backfield. Clock is continuing to run. Now you're kind of putting yourself a little bit behind the 8 ball. You're on the 40,
but
even with the 1st down.
But if you don't get this, you don't want a lot of time left for Antlers either.
Here's the pass. Batted down again at the line of scrimmage. Falls incomplete. Stops the clock with 42 seconds to go.
And
That's 3 times we've seen the ball batted at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and now you've got a decision here. Do you roll the dice and try to pick this up and still go score, or do you be conservative and punt this away, make sure that Antlers doesn't hit you for another big play and put another score on board before the halftime?
The Bearcats do get the ball coming out of half. Right now the Wildcats are lined up to go for it. Empty backfield.
Well, you would think
it's not generally the formation that they punt. So Coach Cater is going to call a timeout, talk things over. Uses his first timeout, 42 seconds to go. We'll take another break. Be back here. This is Wildcat Football presented by First Bank.
The RX shop is now under new ownership. Jason and Sedana Lanig and their 2 daughters are longtime residents of Caney and are looking forward to continuing the same great service for you and your family. They're excited for this opportunity to serve our community and invite you to let them help you with your healthcare needs. Call 580-889-3331, 580-889-3331, or come by 872 West 13th Street in Atoka. RX Shop thanks you for shopping local.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank, here for possibilities.
And we're back to a big 4th down and 5 coming up here. Different formation here for the Wildcats. You typically see them kind of pooch punt out of this formation.
That's what they're going to do, looks like, as Grant backs up.
Grant's going to take a couple of steps back. Thought they might be able to get Antlers to offsides, get a free 1st down. Now Grant changing the play. Antlers quickly, and that's going to be a false start against the Wildcats.
Sometimes when you're doing all of that pre-snap, that's a long time for the linemen to stay down in their stance. Sometimes that's a tough one.
So that'll be a 5-yard penalty. Obvious punting situation here now for the Wildcats. Take one of them Coalgate rolls about now.
Yeah, biggest thing here is just get it off and get some fairly decent yardage. Don't have to be a perfect punt. Just get some decent yardage out of it.
Here's the punt. It's a high booming punt, but doesn't go very far. And it's going to take an Antlers, actually a Coalgate roll a couple yards inside the 25 down to about the 24-yard line. Does burn about 11 seconds off the clock. Be first down and 10 here for the Bearcats.
And with only one timeout left, I would not expect Antlers to be super aggressive here with this field position. They get the ball out of half. I figure you're probably just going to see a run play here and settle for going to the half unless that run play hits for big yardage.
So we've seen two of them tonight. 34 seconds to go. Ball spotted at their own 23-yard line. Three receivers stacked to the right. It's going to be a handoff to Austin. Around the left side, tackled from behind, still on his feet, and a flag comes in later. They may get a face mask penalty here against the Wildcats.
And that would be exactly what you don't need here to give them 15 yards.
It is a face mask against Coalgate, so they gained 5 yards on that run. It'd be 15 more yards on top of that. It's going to be down around the 45-yard line.
Yeah, and now you've got them in position, still 26 seconds, where now they're probably maybe a little bit more aggressive here out around midfield with still one timeout left.
The Wildcats have yet to force a turnover this year through about
almost
six and a half quarters.
Yeah, it looks like Antlers may be fairly content to go to the half unless they just don't realize that the clock is running, because clock is rolling.
Yeah, I don't think they realized the clock was running. Now 14 seconds. Here's the snap, handoff, Austin up the middle. Gets to the line of scrimmage, tackled from behind. 5 seconds on the clock. And that's going to take us to halftime, where the Bearcats of Antlers have an 18-12 lead over Coalgate. As it was a sloppy, ugly game in the first quarter, the offense has come alive there in the second.
Yeah, poor tackling in the second quarter was kind of the bugaboo for the Wildcat defense, as they gave up some big chunk plays, mainly because of poor tackling. That'll kind of probably be the point of emphasis in the locker room at halftime, I would think, for the defense.
This is the Flower Garden halftime show. When we return, we'll have the halftime entertainment from the Antler Bearcats marching band when we return right here on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
This is Eric Studeville, inviting you to buy the Studeville way.
Whether you're looking for open roads
or you like them built tough,
there is only one way to buy your vehicle.
And that's the Studeville way.
Studeville Chevrolet, 851 Westside Drive in Durant, and StudevilleChevrolet.com.
And Studeville Ford, 1601 South Mississippi in Atoka, and StudevilleFord.net.
The Studeville family of dealerships,
proudly serving you and your communities.
Brown's Funeral Service in Atoka, Coalgate, Durant, and Medill are proud to be a part of the communities they serve. Since 1994, Brown's Funeral Service has proudly supported nonprofits, police and fire departments, local military members, and area schools. The staff at Brown's Funeral Service takes great pride in these endeavors because they realize it's more than being in business. It's about being a thread in the fabric of our community. Brown's Funeral Service, where service begins but never ends.
When it rains, it pours, so it's important for you to get the coverage that meets your needs. Farmers Insurance agent Lucinda Holland can help you understand your options so you can prepare for what the forecast brings. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. Learn more by calling agent Lucinda Holland at 580-889-3744 to find out how she can help you protect the things that matter most to you. That's Lucinda Holland.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
A community bank is far more than just a bank that offers the services such as online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and loans that fit your needs. A community bank invests in the community it serves. Your phone call will be answered by local people you already know and will make you feel welcome by greeting you as you enter the lobby. At Shamrock Bank, we effectively combine convenient banking technology with people you know and trust. It really is the people that make the difference. At Shamrock Bank, you are more than a customer, and we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC.
And we're back here, Donald Mike Mayer Field. It is halftime here in Coalgate, where the Antlers Bearcats lead 18-12 over the Coalgate Wildcats. This is the Flower Garden halftime show. The Flower Garden will help you kick off any special occasion, both big or small, with an array of floral options. You can customize your own arrangement or save your stress and let our experts do it for you. You can call the Flower Garden at 580-927-9100. Blaine with some first half stats.
Yep, for the Wildcats, first half, 5 first downs, ran the ball 15 times for 51 yards. So that's a little better than last week as far as the yards per carry. You kind of got it going there in the second quarter with a couple of big runs. 5 out of 10 throwing the ball for 66 yards, 1 touchdown, no interception, no turnovers. So that's a big positive from last week, step in the right direction. However, 5 penalties for 35 yards. That area is probably a little worse than last week. For 0 of 6 on third down, 0 of 2 on fourth down. So conversions have been an issue. For Antlers, 8 first downs. They've run the ball 20 yards for 20 times for 127 yards. That yards per carry really shot up with a couple of big runs with really poor tackling during that second quarter. They're 4 out of 12 throwing the ball for 53 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. No turnovers on their part either. 6 penalties, 47 yards. They're 1 out of 6 on third down, 1 out of 2 on fourth down. So defensively, conversion percentage-wise, you've been much better this week. You have improved there. Just got to tackle better.
Yep.
Tackling was the issue in that second quarter by far.
You're able to get Antlers kind of out of sorts and discombobulated on some busted plays. It's just those big, they just couldn't tackle. The Wildcats had a hard time getting the Bearcats to go to the ground. This is the Flower Garden halftime show. We'll step aside here, let our friends from Antlers take the field, the Antlers Bearcat Marching Band. We'll step aside and let you guys hear. This is Wildcat football presented by First Bank. That fantastic performance was brought to you by the Antlers Wildcat Marching Band. Really, really good. A lot of theatrics. If you weren't able to watch that, that's something you need to go back and watch if you can. Congratulations to the Antlers Wildcat Marching Band. We'll take a break. This is the Flower Garden halftime show. We'll be back here with the pride of Coalgate, the Wildcat Marching Band, when we return right here on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
The RX shop is now under new ownership. Jason and Sedana Lanig and their 2 daughters are longtime residents of Caney and are looking forward to continuing the same great service for you and your family. They're excited for this opportunity to serve our community and invite you to let them help you with your healthcare needs. Call 580-889-3331, 580-889-3331, or come by 872 West 13th Street in Atoka. RX Shop thanks you for shopping local.
Chevy makes America's most dependable trucks, like the rugged Colorado, the highly capable Silverado 1500, the powerful Silverado HD, and the uncompromising Silverado EV. In every Chevy truck, dependability comes standard.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing for 72 months on Silverado 1500 models.
Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank, here for possibilities.
Looking for the perfect outfit or a unique gift? Visit Triple Heart Boutique. The latest trends in women and children's clothing, stylish accessories, and charming decor. Show your team pride with their exclusive Spirit Wear collection. Need an energy boost? Stop by for one of their refreshing teas and stay glowing all year long with their tanning and red light beds. Open Tuesday through Friday from 6 to 6 and Saturday 10 till 2. Visit Triple Heart Boutique at 117 North Main Street in Coalgate.
A community bank is far more than just a bank that offers the services such as online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and loans that fit your needs. A community bank invests in the community it serves. Your phone call will be answered by local people you already know and will make you feel welcome by greeting you as you enter the lobby. At Shamrock Bank, we effectively combine convenient banking technology with people you know and trust. It really is the people that make the difference. At Shamrock Bank, you are more than a customer, and we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC.
Brown's Funeral Service in Atoka, Coalgate, Durant, and Medill are proud to be a part of the communities they serve. Since 1994, Brown's Funeral Service has proudly supported nonprofits, police and fire departments, local military members, and area schools. The staff at Brown's Funeral Service takes great pride in these endeavors because they realize it's more than being in business. It's about being a thread in the fabric of our community. Brown's Funeral Service, where service begins but never ends.
And we are back here in Coalgate. Looks like the Coalgate Band will not be performing tonight. Got about 8 minutes left here in the halftime. This is the Flower Garden halftime show with some scores from across the area in Class 2A, Division II, District 4. Wynnewood leading Comanche 27-0. Community Christian is actually trailing Mount St. Mary 39-7. Davis leading Pauls Valley 27-0. Dibble leading Minko 12-6. Don't have a Holdenville-Wowoka score. My apologies. It's all knotted up in Tishomingo 14-14 with Tishomingo and Allen. And Atoka trailing Ringling 28-0 in the third quarter. We got about 7.5 minutes left here at halftime. Blaine, as we kind of look back kind of on the first half, it took a little bit for the offense to kind of get going for both teams. But then it was kind of some missed tackling, and even give kudos to Antlers as well. They missed some tackles, especially on both those Stowe touchdown runs for the Wildcats.
Yeah, missed tackles a little bit of the story for both teams. I feel like it was a little bit more obvious on the Antlers runs. The Coalgate pass, screen pass, and the run were both maybe one tackle broke initially, but then was blocked up pretty well past that. The Antlers' big plays were just, there was some decent blocking at times, but there was a lot of missed tackles by the Wildcats. I think the Wildcats really have to address that. That's probably the biggest thing that stands out in this game that you got to fix at halftime is just the tackling. It's not so much an X's and O's scheme thing tonight as far as an adjustment defensively anyway. It's just it's tackle better.
And so the next question, and I talked to Coach Hopkins this week. He says all they do is tackle. That's obviously not something that you can go in and scheme up at halftime. What are some things that you can do when you come out here in the third quarter to try to shore up some of that tackling?
Well, you just have to really keep your fundamentals that you've been taught your whole life as a football player at the front of your mind of wrap up. Don't just try to go for a hit. You got to wrap up and get a guy on the ground and really be sound fundamentally in the way you go about doing that.
And it's not that you got to tackle by yourself. Slow them up, stand them up, and let your help defense come in and kind of help you out.
And
getting a lot of these defenders or offensive players down.
And I will say, too, on the first long run where Copeland kind of zigzagged from one side of the field to the other, you saw some things from a few guys that you didn't really like to see as far as just jogging. And that's one that's just effort. Effort's got to be a little better on that to really everybody fly to the football, 11 guys to the football on a play like that where everybody's kind of in scramble mode. Once he gets past the line of scrimmage, he can't throw it anymore. Don't worry about trying to cover a receiver. Everybody come down and help and get the guy on the ground and tackle.
This is the Flower Garden halftime show. We'll take another break. When we return, Blaine will break down the OSU-Oregon game, what's sure to be a barn burner if you're an Oregon fan. We'll be back right here, 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
This is Eric Studeville, inviting you to buy the Studeville way.
Whether you're looking for open roads
or you like them built tough,
there is only one way to buy your vehicle.
And that's the Studeville way.
Studeville Chevrolet, 851 Westside Drive in Durant, and StudevilleChevrolet.com.
And Studeville Ford, 1601 South Mississippi in Atoka, and StudevilleFord.net.
The Studeville family of dealerships,
proudly serving you and your communities.
Brown's Funeral Service in Atoka, Coalgate, Durant, and Medill are proud to be a part of the communities they serve. Since 1994, Brown's Funeral Service has proudly supported nonprofits, police and fire departments, local military members, and area schools. The staff at Brown's Funeral Service takes great pride in these endeavors because they realize it's more than being in business. It's about being a thread in the fabric of our community. Brown's Funeral Service, where service begins but never ends.
When it rains, it pours, so it's important for you to get the coverage that meets your needs. Farmers Insurance agent Lucinda Holland can help you understand your options so you can prepare for what the forecast brings. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. Learn more by calling agent Lucinda Holland at 580-889-3744 to find out how she can help you protect the things that matter most to you. That's Lucinda Holland.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
A community bank is far more than just a bank that offers the services such as online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and loans that fit your needs. A community bank invests in the community it serves. Your phone call will be answered by local people you already know and will make you feel welcome by greeting you as you enter the lobby. At Shamrock Bank, we effectively combine convenient banking technology with people you know and trust. It really is the people that make the difference. At Shamrock Bank, you are more than a customer, and we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC.
And we're back here in Coalgate, Oklahoma on the Flower Garden halftime show. The Flower Garden will help you kick off any special occasion, both big or small, with an array of floral options. You can customize your own arrangement or save your stress and let our experts do it for you. You can call the Flower Garden at 580-927-9100 as Coalgate. They'll be the first team making their way back out onto the field here at halftime. As we look toward tomorrow, Blaine, in typical OSU fashion, both of us OSU fans, so bear with us. OSU had something good, and then had it taken away. In Hoss Haney and the quarterback last week, broken foot, out several weeks here. Zane Flores, the magical, mythical, does he even exist, Zane Flores, will be taking over going into the hostile Eugene, Oregon. I think the line is 28, Blaine. Do you give them a chance to cover?
Yeah, I'd give them a chance to cover. I definitely don't give them much of a chance to win, unfortunately. Here's the thing with Flores. He's more than capable. I think last week what you saw was a game plan designed for Haney, and then once he went out, it's hard to adjust mid-game your whole game plan, and so you had Flores kind of trying to run the Haney game plan, which is not Flores' strength. I think you see a little bit different game plan offensively with a week to prepare, knowing Flores is your guy every snap. You know, if you're going to have any puncher's chance of pulling that kind of upset that would be in Eugene, you've got to win the turnover battle and by a significant margin. That's how you got to do it. You've got to do something kind of like Dixon did to Coalgate last week. It's got to be like 4-0, 5-0 is your only real shot. The defense did play well last week. Granted, it was against UT Martin, but defense played really well. I am kind of anxious to see what do we have defensively against a team the caliber of Oregon. Can we slow them down some? And then offensively, you got to be more consistent moving the ball than we were last week. I think there's a chance to do that with a whole week to prepare, knowing Flores is your guy.
Yep. As we look down to Norman, the OU Sooners playing host to the Big Blue Michigan Wolverines. That line a little bit closer. I think it's 3 points, OU favorite in that one. How do you see that one turning out?
I think that line's about right. Michigan played, New Mexico last week?
Yeah.
Looked fairly good, but New Mexico did some things offensively against them, so I definitely think that'll be a good game. OU looked good last week in their game as well, and I think that'll be a good one. In Norman, I would probably tend to take OU to cover that 3-point line in that one. I think it'll be a good game, but I think OU being at home, I do expect them to win that game.
They put 3 minutes back on the clock here as Antlers is making their way out onto the field for stretching. We'll take another break and be back here on the Flower Garden Halftime Show. This is Wildcat Football presented by First Bank.
The RX shop is now under new ownership. Jason and Sedana Lanig and their 2 daughters are longtime residents of Caney and are looking forward to continuing the same great service for you and your family. They're excited for this opportunity to serve our community and invite you to let them help you with your healthcare needs. Call 580-889-3331, 580-889-3331, or come by 872 West 13th Street in Atoka. RX Shop thanks you for shopping local.
Chevy makes America's most dependable trucks. Like the rugged Colorado, the highly capable Silverado 1500, the powerful Silverado HD, and the uncompromising Silverado EV. In every Chevy truck, dependability comes standard.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing for 72 months on Silverado 1500 models.
Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank, here for possibilities.
And we're back here on the Flower Garden Halftime Show. This game being brought to you by First Bank. First Bank, a true local bank committed to making your dreams and plans possible. They invest in our communities. They invest in you. Visit firstbank-ok.com. Member FDIC. Now under a minute to play here before the third quarter. Remember, the Wildcats did win the toss. They elected to receive. So coming out of halftime, the Bearcats will have the ball with a 6-point lead, 18-12. Offensively, Blaine, for the Wildcats, they've had a little more success throwing the ball tonight than running the ball. Still hasn't been able to get that running game unlocked this season. Wildcats, after last week, only averaging 3.2 rushing yards per carry, and a lot of those are coming off of 1-2 big chunk plays. Last week was a 50-yard touchdown run. And this week has kind of been chunk plays kind of the same way tonight. Really hasn't been able to get anything uncorked. And now the rain is starting to fall a little bit harder here in Coalgate. Little light rain coming down. Maybe that changed the offensive game plans here for either team. They both want to throw it across the yard.
I don't know. Second half could develop into whoever can run it more consistently. I think the biggest keys offensively for the Wildcats second half is going to be being a little more consistent. You hit a couple big plays, but other than that, you kind of struggled to move the ball at times. Got to get in a better rhythm, and you got to convert some third downs. So far, you're 0 out of 6. Most of them have been long third down attempts as well. Got to do a little bit better on first and second down to give you some more manageable third and shorts. Defensively, it's all about one thing. Got to tackle better. And I would say they didn't tackle good in the first half, but it wasn't really even the first half as a whole. It was the second quarter. First quarter tackling was fine, really. I think Antlers only had about 30 yards of offense in the first quarter. Second quarter, 2 or 3 long plays where they were able to break several tackles to unlock those long gains. So just got to clean up the tackling on defense to have a better second half defensively.
So on the season, you talk about the third down conversions. On the season, the Wildcats offensively 3 for 16.
Yeah, got to be better than that.
Third down conversion.
And third down was a struggle at times offensively last year as well. I think for the season, around 32% last year.
Yeah.
So got to try to improve on that, and it starts, like I said, on first and second down, being more consistently in third and short as compared to third and long.
And we're ready to start the third quarter here. The Bearcats will receive the ball. The Wildcats will be going right to left on your radio dial. Jet walk up, setting the ball up at the 40-yard line. And here we go. Fielded at the 25 up to the 30. Inside the 30 down to about the 32-yard line on that kick return. And that's where Antlers will start their first offensive possession.
Yeah, pretty good kick coverage that time by the Wildcats as he was able to get, looks like about 14, 15 yards. They're going to set it down, looks like about the 33-yard line. That's where Antlers will take over first possession, 1st and 10 from their own 33.
Rain coming down a little harder now. Copeland in the backfield, shotgun formation. Split receivers being flanked by Austin to his right. Gets the snap, handoff Austin up the middle, and he goes nowhere. Met by that defensive line. Reed Abels in. The freshman linebacker comes in and dump truck down Austin back at the 30-yard line. We're going to say forward progress got him to the 32. No gain on the play, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, good job there. Initially, I think it was number 70, Axel McNutt, that really kind of clogged it up in the middle. Reed Abels came in from his linebacker position to clean it up, and that's actually going to be a loss of about a yard, setting up 2nd and 11 from the 32.
Wind blowing here in Coalgate. Another handoff up the middle, and he's met in the backfield. Wildcats reading this defense a little better. Back-to-back plays. Axel McNutt on back-to-back tackles. Loses about 2 yards on that play. It'll be 3rd and 13.
Yeah, McNutt, once again on that one, did a good job of shedding his block very quickly, meeting the runner in the backfield. A loss of about 2 yards on that one. Back to the 30. It'll be 3rd and 13 for the Bearcats from their own 30.
Here's the dreaded 3rd and long for the Wildcat defense.
Has been better so far tonight, though. We have not given up one of these conversions yet tonight. Much better than last week.
Split receivers, 2 to both sides. Copeland in the backfield. Blitz coming. Stowe almost got to Copeland. Deep pass down the far side, and it is almost intercepted through the hands of Colby Brown. Intended for Copeland on the far side. Falls incomplete, and a punt coming up now for the Bearcats.
Yeah, Colby Brown almost had that when he was having to try to watch his feet and keep them inbound while trying to make the catch at the same time. Not able to do it. But as it is, that's a really good first possession defensively for the Wildcats, forcing the Bearcats into a 3-and-out, losing 3 yards offensively on the series.
Stowe now standing at his own 40-yard line awaiting the punt. Number 14, Justin Page, the senior, doing the punting duties, gets the snap, steps into it, and it's a short punt. Shanks it into the Bearcat bleachers, and it goes maybe 5 yards, Blaine. So both teams struggling punting the ball, and the Wildcats have excellent field position inside the 40-yard line. They're going to mark it about the 38, and that's where the Wildcats will take over on the Antlers 38.
Yeah, really good break for the Wildcats. You had a poor putt yourself that set up Antlers' first field goal. Hopefully you can cash this into points as well like Antlers did. 1st and 10 from the Antlers 38 for the Wildcats to start the second half offensively.
Davis Grant coming back in at quarterback, started the game for the first time this year. Empty formation in the backfield, shotgun set. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Grant gets a snap, quarterback design run all the way, tries to get to the edge, and he does, to the 40. Still get to the 35, and pushed out of bounds just shy of the 30.
Really nice block over here on the left side by Colby Brown from his wide receiver position. Took his man and pushed him about 15 yards away from the play, helping to spring that run for Davis Grant for about 7 yards on that one to the 31, make it 2nd down and 3.
That's good to see Colby Brown still engaged after starting the season at quarterback, now moved to wide receiver. Same formation, 3 receivers to the right. Empty backfield, Grant looking to throw, pump fakes, and he's going to be taken down from behind. I think he may have got back to the line of scrimmage. Kind of pump fake there. Smart play, did not throw it into traffic. Play was read by the defensive backfield of Antlers. No gain on the play, 3rd and 4.
Yeah, wanted to go quickly to his left. Antlers had it covered up pretty well, did a good job of getting back. Looks like they marked it maybe a loss of about a yard. Be 3rd and about 4 from the 32.
2 down territory here for the Wildcats. Empty backfield, 3 receivers to the right. 9:45 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Wildcat defense come out, got a 3 and out. Now the offense trying to get down the field. Good field position here for the Wildcats. Gets the snap, bobbles it, and tries to make something out of nothing, and he doesn't. Going to lose a yard on the play. Back to the 34. It's about 4th and 5 coming up now for the Bearcats, or for the Wildcats.
Yeah, it didn't really look like a terrible snap. Just kind of bobbled it initially, threw the timing of that play off. Lost a couple back to the 34. Now you're going to have 4th and about 6 from the 34. Would really hate to squander this field position.
Empty backfield, shotgun formation. And a 2 down. Wildcats, I don't believe, have converted a 4th down.
If they blitz that outside linebacker, you could hit Loudermilk up the seam here.
Here's the snap. Looking to throw down the seam. Loudermilk just over his hands.
You had it. You had
That's
what
the
I
play.
said. Just barely overthrew it. Tough break for the Wildcats. You got what you wanted. They blitzed that outside linebacker. You had Loudermilk up the seam. Was covered fairly well. Not the easiest throw in the world. Had to try to fit it in a fairly tight window. Just overthrew it slightly. And the Bearcats will take over at their own 35, 1st and 10.
Wildcats give the ball back to the Bearcats. Wildcats now under 40% on the season. 4th down conversion. So the Bearcats get another crack at it.
Yeah, another big series defensively here for the Wildcats.
Man in motion out of the backfield. It's going to be a handoff. Austin up the middle, and he's going nowhere. Reed Abel sticking his nose in there. Bryson Stowe coming down from the safety position.
Yeah, defensive line's doing a really good job of not letting those offensive linemen get off of them and climb up to the 2nd level. Abels and Stowe able to come in and clean that one up for no gain right at the line of scrimmage, be 2nd and 10 at the 35.
8:10 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 10. Bearcats looking over at the sidelines for the play. Bearcats finally get back to the line of scrimmage. The back judge now counting it down inside 5. Just barely gets the snap off. It's a pass out of the backfield to the running back. Tries to get in the lane and does not. And Kyler Woods does not let him get away from him this time. Running back gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's that open field tackling, Blaine, we talked about that was such a problem in the 2nd quarter. Kyler Wood leaves no doubt on that play. 3rd and 10 coming up for the Bearcats.
Yeah, much better tackling so far this 2nd half for the Wildcats. That actually probably goes in the stat sheet as a run. Looked like that was a backwards pass to the running back in the backfield, and he's just able to get back to the line of scrimmage before Kyler Woods meets him with a really sure tackle. Set up 3rd and 10 here for Antlers from their own 35.
3rd and long coming up here for the Bearcats. Ball spotted at their own 35-yard line. They got to get just shy of the 45. Blitz coming. Picks it up. Throw across the middle, and he's wide open and dropped again. That's the twice we've seen tonight. Number 4, Jeffrey Jones drops it. Was wide open across the middle. And that's just a drop, Blaine. Incomplete pass, 4th and 10.
Yeah, that's a big break for the Wildcats because they had him wide open in the middle for about 15 yards and a first down. I think he might have heard some footsteps just a little bit. Wildcat defender was a little late getting there, but he was getting fairly close as he was trying to make that catch. Unfortunately, he dropped it, set up 4th and 10.
Stowe now standing back at his own 40-yard line. Antlers in punting formation from their own 35. Here's the snap. Steps into it, barely gets it away, but a high punt. And it's going to take an Antlers bounce.
Get away.
Going to lose about 10 yards on that play.
Yeah, I think we need to be a little more aggressive, perhaps,
on the fair catch,
on fielding those punts. Come up and fair catch that because, like you said, you lost about 10 yards of field position there by letting that one bounce.
So the Wildcats will take over at their own 33-yard line. It's been a back-and-forth defensive game here to start the second half where the Bearcats lead 18-12. Both teams looking for their first win of the season.
Yeah, not much offense so far in the second half. 2 series for Antlers, no first downs. Wildcats about to take their second crack at it here after they were not able to get a first down as well on their first series.
Going to bring Jet Walkup into the game, flanking Davis Grant to his left. Ernest Smith in motion at fullback as well. Grant gets the snap, rolling out of the pocket to his left, trying to get to the edge, and he's going to be tackled out of bounds.
Yeah, looks like he might have lost a little bit. Yeah, just not much room that time. Antlers read that play well. It was designed quarterback run all the way to the left side. They defended it well. Looks like they're going to put it down at the 32, so that's a loss of 1. Make it second down and 11 for the Wildcats.
Shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the right. Colby Brown by himself at the bottom of the screen. Grant gets the snap. Quick pass across the middle. Through the hands and dropped by Loudermilk at the 40. Incomplete pass, 3rd and 11 coming up.
Yeah, trying to fit that one into a pretty tight window. Threw it low. I think that's kind of where he had to throw it, though, to try to get it in there, and Loudermilk just not able to come up with it. Was definitely going to be a tough catch, but unfortunately not able to make it, and it'll be 3rd and 11 from the 32.
So 3rd and long on the season. The Wildcats 3 of 16 on 3rd downs offensively.
Yeah, and this is what I was talking about at halftime. Got to do a better job on 1st and 2nd down to make these 3rd downs more manageable.
Shotgun formation, walk up to the right. Gets the pass, looking to throw, going to take a deep shot down the field, and it's way overthrown.
That's too bad because he had the defender beat by 2 or 3 yards, looked like. If could have hit him, he probably hits his head on the goalpost for a touchdown.
Davis Grant overthrows Bryson Stowe, who is speedy, by about 6 or 7 yards on that deep ball. Probably a punt coming up here for the Wildcats.
Yeah, just unfortunate. You got what you wanted on that play. The line held up pretty well. You kept Walkup in from his running back position to help out blocking, and you had the big play. You just couldn't hit it.
4th down and 11 for the Wildcats. Davis Grant now takes a couple of steps back, gets ready to punt. Here comes a blitz. Quick punt, low line drive, bounces at the 35, and it's live off the hands at the 30, at the 20, going backwards. See if the Bearcats can make anything out of this. Now reverses course.
Good tackle.
And a good tackle. Loudermilk
he's got
with
the ball.
He stripped the ball away. Loudermilk has it.
It's
That's a Coalgate ball.
What a
Loudermilk
play.
went in to tackle him and just big manned the runner and said, I'm taking that ball away. And he absolutely man-childs that ball out of the hands of the kick returner. And the Wildcats have possession. Big turn of events there. Wildcats will take over at their own 25-yard line.
And, man, that's what you needed, a turnover, kind of get some juice on your sidelines, get some momentum. Really nice play by Loudermilk. Good job. I thought it was just going to be an open field tackle, a really nice one at that, but able to strip the ball as well. Big play by the Wildcats special teams unit.
Quick change, offense to defense here. Do you take a shot in the end zone?
Yes.
Ball at the 25, 3 receivers, empty backfield. It's going to be a run up the middle, and he's met at the line of scrimmage. Might have got a yard up to the – they're going to give him the 24. It'll be 2nd down and 9 coming up for the Wildcats.
Yeah, good job defensively there by the Bearcats, clogging that one up for very short gain. Only about the length of the football there. Make it 2nd and still about 9.5 here for the Wildcats. I think you do want to take a shot, though, somewhere in this sequence of plays after the sudden change.
3 receivers to the left. Empty backfield. Shotgun formation. Here's the snap. Has time. Tries to set up a screen. Falls incomplete. Trying to get Bryson Stowe on the far side on that wide receiver screen. Incomplete pass, 3rd and 9 coming up for the Wildcats.
Yeah, that one was read pretty well. You had some defenders out there, had some traffic. Threw that one just a little bit too far in front of Stowe. A little bit inaccurate on that screen pass. We'll make it 3rd and long here once again for the Wildcats. 4 down territory, though. Got to try to find a way to pick up a pretty good chunk of this yardage here on 3rd down.
Empty backfield, 3 receivers to the left. Cornerback kind of walking down here from the left side of the formation. May have a late blitz coming in here.
Lackey's wide open for something quick and short if you want it.
Here's the snap. Low snap. It's on the ground. Davis has to pick it up. Looking
away.
to throw. Throws it across the middle. And just over the hands of Loudermilk. That was a prayer. A dangerous prayer at that.
A dangerous prayer, but not defended well. He was wide open, really, in the end after the bobbled snap. Just overthrew him once again. Just got to clean up those little things like that. You hadn't had a turnover yet tonight, but you've had a couple times where you've just kind of took your eyes off the snap a little bit and put it on the ground.
First bad snap of the night, too. Couldn't come at a worse time on that 3rd and long. Now 4th and 9 coming up. Wildcats got to get just in front of the 15-yard line. Now Kobe Brown in motion.
Trick play.
It's a trick play. Reverse pass. Brown bobbles it through the hands, and I think it's a live ball.
No, it's incomplete. That's a forward pass.
Wildcats do recover. Too much moisture on the ball for that kind of play here in this area. Falls incomplete, and a turnover on downs for the Wildcats, and the Bearcats will take over about their own 25-yard line.
Like the design of the play, though, just wasn't executed well. Getting your other quarterback, Kobe Brown, involved, trying to trick play there on 4th down. Probably a pretty good time to try it. Just wasn't able to execute it as Grant couldn't hang on. Like you said, little rain falling. That ball's a little slippery. And now your defense has to try to get another stop. They've given you good chances so far here in this second half. Just got to see if they can keep holding up like they have.
Here's the play. Copeland dancing around in the backfield, throws it up for a prayer, and it's intercepted if it's in bounds.
I think he is.
And it is. It's a catch. Couldn't tell who that was.
I think it was Bryson
Stowe.
Bryson Stowe with
Bryson
a nice
Stowe
play.
with a toe tap on the far side.
Couldn't tell who that was. I think it might have been Lucas Franklin putting pressure on Copeland in the backfield, making him throw that when he was trying to throw it away, but he just didn't get it far enough out of bounds. And Stowe, with the big play, getting the interception there, catching it in bounds at about the Antlers 36. That's where the Wildcats will take over again, 1st and 10.
We've played, it seems like, this entire 3rd quarter within about 20 yards here on this end of the field. Coalgate will take over. Looks like Kobe Brown's going to come into the game at quarterback.
Have to pay one of these good field position possessions off with a score here eventually.
Kobe Brown with experience at quarterback. It's a low snap, handoff, walk-up, has a head full of steam right up the middle, crossing the 30, taking down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. That's a good 1st down run there by Jet Walkup.
Yeah,
maybe the best run of the night. Gains 8, 2nd and 2.
Yeah, good 1st down play there. Good blocking up the middle, giving him a hole. Getting it down to about the 29-yard line. Be 2nd and about 3.
Another handoff, walk-up, dancing around. Tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, and I believe he does. No gain on that 2nd down play.
Once again, 4 down territory. This, you've got 3rd and fairly short here, 3rd and about 3. Might be time to take a shot of some sort. You've got some pretty tall receivers in Loudermilk and Viss, who's yet to be targeted tonight. Yeah, you wonder at some point if you just try a jump ball on one of these plays to one of your tall receivers.
3rd and 3 coming up for the Wildcats. Throw across the middle. It's caught by Loudermilk at the 25, lowers his shoulder.
He's got
going to be right at the first down. I think he's going to get it by about a half a yard. Awaiting the signal.
Yeah, that should be a first down with where the sticks
are. And that is
a
first down. The Wildcats get a fresh set of downs here on that 3rd down completion from Kobe Brown to Easton Loudermilk.
Yeah, just a good quick throw. Kind of a little 4 or 5 yard hitch there to Loudermilk, and Kobe Brown delivered a good pass right to him, and he's able to get the first down. Big play there for that conversion.
1st and 10 from the Bearcat 25. Another low snap. We're starting to see a couple of low snaps. It's a pitch to walk up out to the right side. Gets a little bit around the edge. Picks up a hard 6, maybe 5. I'm going to mark him about the 22.
Yeah, that play was run well by Kobe Brown. He waited as long as he could, made the man commit, and then pitched it out to walk up. Got a nice little gain of about 4 or 5 there on first down. Keep you on schedule.
You got to wonder if Wildcats need to drive the ball off a little bit. We've seen some bad snaps, some low snaps here in the last couple of possessions as the rain has subsided here. Not heavy rain, just a light mist kind of a rain.
Just enough moisture on the ground to make the ball get a little slick.
2nd and 6, quick pass far side, and it's caught right at the sticks. Bryson Stowe with the reception. He's going to be about a yard short. 3rd and 1 coming up now for the Wildcats.
Yeah, good.
Just a hook route.
Safe, quick 5-yard hook there to Stowe. Good pass delivered by Brown on time. Get you 5 yards and set up 3rd and 1 here from the 17. Nice play there on 2nd down to do what you need to do. Stay on schedule, get a manageable 3rd down here. Got 2 plays to pick up a yard here.
Ball spotted at the 16-yard line. Through the hands, but right into the hands of walk up around the right side past the 10. Taking down just shy of the 5. That was a lucky play there. Again, another slippery ball through the hands of Kobe Brown, but it's kind of like he deflected it right into Walkup's arms.
Yeah,
Wildcats quickly to the line of scrimmage.
You were due for one of those lucky plays to go your way.
And as a false start. Be a false start over there on the right tackle for the Wildcats. Getting a little bit too big a hurry there.
Yeah, trying to catch the Bearcats off guard and go quick, and just unfortunate with the false start. That'll push it out to about the 12. So you'll now have 1st and goal from the 12 for the Wildcats.
2:15 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 1st and goal from the 12-yard line.
Been a good drive so far, though, Cody. You've good quick passes, safe passes, and sprinkled in some decent runs as well to kind of keep you on schedule, keep you ahead of the sticks, make these conversions more manageable.
Here's the first down play. Quick pass to the near side. It's at the feet. That's a hard pass to make from one hash to the big side of the field.
Yeah,
it
that's
falls about 5 yards short of Loudermilk. Incomplete pass.
Yeah, that's a long throw to try to make on a screen pass there, and Brown just couldn't get it out there to him. It's unfortunate because they had it set up pretty well, looked like, for that screen to Loudermilk. Be 2nd down and goal from the 12 for the Wildcats.
Stops the clock with 1:48 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Got a good one here at Donald Mike Mayer Field. 2nd game of the season for both these teams. Shotgun formation. Brown gets the snap, looking to throw, has time in the end zone through the hands of Stowe. Kind of threw it behind Stowe, had to do a whirligig up in the air. Through his hands, falls incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd and goal now from the 12.
Yeah, trying to fit that one in kind of between 2 defenders in the zone and just left it a little bit high and behind Bryson Stowe. That was going to be a tough catch to try to make. Now you got 3rd and goal from the 12. Definite 4-down territory here. Need to try to pick up a pretty good chunk of this here and see if you can get 4th and goal more down around the 5 or inside the 5.
Like to see if the Wildcats get about half of this yardage needed. Shotgun formation, gets the snap. Has time, steps up, throws back corner of the end zone through the hands of Loudermilk. Diving attempt, and Loudermilk slams his hand on the ground. Just a little bit overthrown. It was going to be a tough catch to make.
Just a little bit too much mustard on it. Probably needed to lob that one up in the air a little bit more and let Loudermilk go get it. Good positioning of the ball, though. Put it where Loudermilk was going to get it or no one was going to get it. Keep possession and at least give yourself another chance on 4th down here.
Wildcats going to go 3 receivers to the left. Bryson Stowe by himself. Shotgun formation. Now 10 seconds. Here's the play.
And they're shutting it down. False start.
A false start against the Wildcats.
I think one of the receivers on the left got started a little bit early. Don't know if it was Viss or Lackey, but one or the other got started a little early on that one. And now you'll have 4th and goal from the 17.
Not what you want to see as the Wildcat offense is going in reverse here after getting down to the 5-yard line. They're now down to the 17 on this 4th down play.
And it had been such a promising drive, staying ahead of the sticks, giving yourself manageable 3rd downs, but now you got 4th and goal all the way out at the 17.
Walk up in the backfield. Antlers showing blitz. Has time, throws across the middle. Loudermilk bobbles it and it falls incomplete at the 5-yard line. And another turnover on downs for the Wildcats. Offensively, stops the clock with 1:33 to go in the 3rd quarter. And the Bearcats will take over now at their own 17-yard line.
You did some good things on that drive, just couldn't execute once you got it down in a goal-to-go situation. The positive on that, though, is you flip the field position, now have Antlers backed up starting inside their own 20 at their own 17-yard line. Just asking a lot of the defense once again to go get another stop. Antlers doesn't have a 1st down in this 3rd quarter. Defense has played really well.
Kind of what we seen last week's game out at halftime. The defense playing really well. Offense not being able to do much to help out. Defense been on the field a lot here in the 3rd quarter. Shotgun formation. Copeland gets the snap. Quarterback run. Reverses course to the left. Has some room to run around the edge to the 20, to the 25, to the 30. And still on his feet to the 35, taking down just shy of the 40. That's the first big chunk play here in the second half for the Bearcats. Going to be taken down out of bounds just shy of the 40 at the 39. 1st and 10 now for Antlers.
Yeah, really good play design on that one. Kind of made you think everything was going to go the opposite direction, and then just Copeland going back the other way. Had it blocked up pretty nicely on that far side of the field. He goes for about 23 yards there for the first Antlers 1st down of the second half out to the 40.
Stops the clock momentarily. Shotgun formation. Copeland in the backfield with 2 running backs to his right. Gets the snap, looking to throw. Thrown out in the flats to the far side in front of the Antlers bench, and it's caught.
No, I think he dropped it.
It is an incomplete pass. My apologies. 2nd down and 10.
I couldn't see it very well either. The official's reaction kind of gave it away to me. He just, kind of stayed put before eventually signaling incomplete. So 2nd and 10 coming up for Antlers from their own 40.
Stops the clock. 1:18 to go here in the 3rd quarter. It's been a defensive slugfest here in the 3rd quarter for both teams. Still haven't crossed the 50-yard line here in the 3rd quarter. It's a handoff. Barrick pushing the pile. He's going to get a couple of yards on that 2nd down run. Lowers his shoulder. Runs right into Walkup and Nelson. But before he picks up 2 yards, it'll be 3rd and 8 coming up now for the Bearcats.
Yeah, good job on that one. You had defenders in the right position. He was able to kind of run through the defenders and fall forward for a couple of yards, but still you've got them in 3rd and fairly long here, 3rd and 8 from their own 42.
3 receivers lined up to the left, 1 receiver to the right. 45 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter.
Big play for the defense here. Don't want to give up another 1st down and let them start really flipping field position on you.
Copeland shotgun formation, gets the snap. Thrown across the middle, and it's caught by Wheat. On the Coalgate side of the 50 down to the 46-yard line. Moves the sticks, and that's a fresh set of downs for the Antlers Bearcats.
Yeah, he found the opening in the zone and did a good job of setting down in that opening, and Copeland found him for a big gain and a 1st down to the Wildcat 46.
That can be the last play of the quarter.
Yeah, we'll see if they run another one or if they just try to draw the Wildcats offside here.
10 seconds to go here in the 3rd. Trying to get Coalgate to jump.
Yeah, I think they're just going to let it go to the 4th at this point, looks like.
And zeros on the clock, and that moves us to the fourth quarter. We had a scoreless third quarter. It's 18-12 in favor of the Antlers Bearcats. We'll take a break and be back here on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
No one likes the hassle of going to the tag office. That's why Cole County Tag Agent Leslie Battles and staff work to give you prompt service. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5:30, and even through lunch with no appointment needed. Cole County Tag Agency is a full-service motor license agency, providing registration renewals and title transfers for all types of vehicles, including boats, motorcycles, and ATVs. Driver's license renewals, real IDs, notary service, and now Pike Pass pickup location. Cole County Tag Agency, 28 North Main in Coalgate, a proud sponsor of Coalgate Athletics.
When it comes to gifts that wow them, start your journey at the Flower Garden at 32 North Main in Coalgate. Whether it's planning that big event or you just remembered your wedding anniversary midway through the workday, the Flower Garden can get the gift you need right and on time. Follow the Flower Garden on Facebook or book online 24/7 at theflowergardencolgate.com. The Flower Garden, proudly serving Coalgate and surrounding areas since 1945.
And we flip the field as we move to the fourth quarter. The Antlers Bearcats are now leading 18-12 after a scoreless, very much evenly matched third quarter, Blaine.
Yeah, stats, we were just talking during that commercial break. Third quarter stats, 34 yards of offense for Antlers and 2 first downs, 33 yards of offense and 2 first downs for the Wildcats. So about as even as it can be in that third quarter. And all defense for the most part, not much yardage either way.
Copeland in the backfield. He's being flanked by Austin to his left. 3 receivers to the right. Antlers now right to left on your radio dial. Quarterback design run the whole way. Tries to get to the left edge. Cuts it back to the middle, crossing the 45. Inside the 45 down to the 43. Going to get about 4 yards on that first down run. It'll be 2nd and 6 now coming up for the Antlers.
Yeah, that was defended pretty well. Strung it out pretty well on that design quarterback run all the way, limiting him to about 3 yards there on first down. It'll be 2nd and 7 from the Wildcat 43.
11 minutes and 51 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Antlers nonchalantly walks up to the line of scrimmage. 3 receivers to the right, shotgun formation. Copeland gets a snap, quick pass down the seam, and another drop. That's 3 drops by Jones tonight.
Yeah, very fortunate for the Wildcats because they had him up the seam there. Would have been a first down and more on that play for Antlers. Really fortunate for the Wildcats that he drops that. Now you've got a 3rd and 7 here from the Wildcat 43 for Antlers.
Still a very light rain coming down here in Coalgate. 3rd and 6 coming up now for the Bearcats. 3 receivers to the right. Again, the play clock's not working here tonight, so quarterback's having to use the back judge as reference to the play clock. Copeland gets the snap. Blitz coming up the middle. Under pressure, now forced to his right. Has some room to run if he gets to the edge, to the 40, to the 35, to the 30. And knocked out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Was able to get that edge, and off he went. It was a foot race down to the 25.
Yeah, just too much room on that right side. You played man that time, so you got your defensive backs with their back to the quarterback, chasing receivers down the field, and once he was able to break, contain, and get outside, there was just nobody there. He's able to get it all the way down to about the 22-yard line. That's a gain of 21 and a first down for the Bearcats.
The play was forced out of bounds, so the game clock will be stopped at 11:25. 18-12 to go, or excuse me, 18-12 is the score here in the fourth. Copeland gets awaiting the snap. Looking over at Coach White and the offense for Antlers. Again, both these teams looking for their first victory of the season. Copeland gets a snap. Handoff up the middle. Has some room to run to the 20. Taking down inside the 20, inside the 15.
Real close to another first down. Looks like it is another first down.
Davis Grant coming up. He immediately goes to the ground, and quite a bit of pain there for Davis Grant. We'll take a break and be back here. 11:14 to go. This is Wildcat Football presented by First Bank.
Look Looking for the perfect outfit or a unique gift? Visit Triple Heart Boutique. The latest trends in women and children's clothing, stylish accessories, and charming decor. Show your team pride with their exclusive Spirit Wear collection. Need an energy boost? Stop by for one of their refreshing teas and stay glowing all year long with their tanning and red light beds. Open Tuesday through Friday from 6 to 6 and Saturday 10 till 2. Visit Triple Heart Boutique at 117 North Main Street in Coalgate.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank, here for possibilities.
And we're back here. This is Coalgate Wildcat football presented by First Bank. An injury on the field. Davis Grant is able to walk off the field on his own. Again, this game being brought to you by First Bank. When your heart is set on something, it helps to have a partner who supports you. First Bank, here for possibilities. Visit firstbank-ok.com, member FDIC.
Yeah, now you're in the position defensively that not only do you have to try to get a stop, but you probably have to try to limit them to not hardly any more yards at all, because they've already shown you the ability to kick a short field goal. So, you may – if you get them to let them get to 4th and 2 or 3 here, they may be close enough to try to kick a field goal and go up 9 on you.
That's a two-score game at that point. And the Wildcats haven't really been able to consistently move the ball, especially in the third quarter. 3 receivers lined up to the right, shotgun formation for Copeland. Copeland gets a snap. Blitz coming off that side, throws across the middle. Caught by Jones that time down the seam, picks up about 5 yards. Down to about the 7-yard line. It'll be 2nd and about 5.
Yeah, just a good quick pass there. Was able to get him open for about 5 yards there on first down. Good sure tackle to limit it to that, but now they've got 2nd and 5 from about the 7.
Antlers perfectly content to try to draw some time off the clock. Already playing the clock game. 10.5 minutes to go here in the 4th.
Yeah, and that's definitely the right play by them at this point. You're up a score in position here, trying to go up 2 scores with about 10 minutes left. Want to try to bleed as much of that clock as they can.
A score here would really put Coalgate behind the 8 ball. It's a quarterback design run around the right side, tries to get to the edge, but read better that time by the defense. No, he is able to cut through. Dives to the pylon. Did he get it? Looks like the Wildcats had him wrapped up. They're going to say he's marking him short.
It's a first down.
Does have enough for the first down.
It's like they're putting it at about the 2, which is just enough for a first down. So now you're really up against it defensively. You got 1st and goal from the 2 here for the Bearcats. After it looked like for all the world you had him stopped for maybe about a 1-yard gain, and he just kind of slithered through and ended up getting 5 for the first down to the 2-yard line.
Bearcats going to go 2 running backs, each one flanking Copeland to each of his side. Copeland gets the snap. Quarterback design run right up the middle, following the blockers.
He's going to be short, looks like.
Still no signal. Dog pile being pushed, and there it is. Touchdown, Bearcats.
The way the official was running in, initially I thought they were blowing it dead and marking him short, but that late push gets him over the goal line. Antlers goes up 2 scores, 24-12, pending an extra point or 2-point conversion.
Again, the Wildcats really asking a lot out of their defense for the 2nd game in a row.
And they did everything they could in the third quarter. You got a couple stops and you got a couple of turnovers, one on special teams and one defensively. Just couldn't pay it off offensively.
And had field position to boot. Here's the extra point, snap back, ball down, kick on the way. It's high enough, it's long enough, and it is good. 25-12, now a 13-point lead for the Bearcats. We'll take a break and be back here from Donald Mike Mayer Field. When we return, this is Wildcat Football on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
Genesis Abstract and Title is dedicated to doing things right while providing a positive customer experience. At Genesis Abstract, they use advanced technology such as fully automated records to expedite the process and avoid delays. Their friendly professionals are ready to serve you and will take care of every detail to make your buying and selling process an easy one. Genesis Abstract, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 at 410 East Court Street in Atoka. Your source for quality abstracts, title insurance, and excellent closing solutions.
Chevy makes America's most dependable trucks. Like the rugged Colorado, the highly capable Silverado 1500, the powerful Silverado HD, and the uncompromising Silverado EV. In every Chevy truck, dependability comes standard.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing for 72 months on Silverado 1500 models.
Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
And we're back here, Coalgate, Oklahoma, fourth quarter, 25-12. The Wildcats really behind the 8 ball now, trailing 13 points with 9:51 to go here in the fourth. It's a low squib kick, rolls off the ground, fielded at the 20, up to the 25, tries to get to the edge, and is going sideways, and Stowe was tackled from behind. Only picked up about 5 yards on that return. Going to mark him down about the 27-yard line, and not good field position for the Wildcats upcoming this offensive possession.
Yeah, a little bit too much side to side. Never really gave him a lane to pick to go north and south. Tried to string it out, and Bearcats did a good job covering that kick, limiting it to just about a 5-yard return to the 27. First and 10 for the Wildcats from there.
Colby Brown coming back in at quarterback. Move Stowe out to the receiver position. Jet Walkup now in at running back. 3 receivers to the left, and you got to figure it's all passing from here on. And I say that and they hand the ball off. What do I know? Walkup falls forward for a gain of maybe a yard on that first down run. 2nd and 9 coming up for the Wildcats.
Yeah, just not much room. Did what he could, fell forward, but only about a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Got to be a lot of passing at this point, but you do still have to sprinkle the run in every once in a while just to keep the defense honest.
Game clock now 9:15 to go here in the fourth. Be sure and stick around for the Lucinda Holland Farmers Agent postgame show. Here's a snap and a flag upcoming. False start against the Wildcats. So
yeah, I believe Stowe got started just a little bit early on that one. So now you're behind the sticks once again.
Under the shadows of your own goalpost.
Yeah, it'll be 2nd and about 14 from your own 23 after that false start.
We've seen more penalties tonight from the Wildcats than last week.
Yeah, you're up to 8 penalties for 50 yards tonight on the Wildcats. Conversely, Antlers, 6 penalties for 47 yards. So the penalties have been fairly even.
Brown, shotgun formation, gets the snap. Has time. Now throws back and throws right into the hands of the defender. Interception going back, and he's taken down at the 1-yard line. That was just a pass that was the whole way. It was supposed to go to Bryson Stowe, but the defensive back for Antlers just stepped right in the passing lane.
Yeah, really good read by the Antlers defensive back and a good catch. That's not an easy catch to make. That ball gets on you awfully quick when you're that close. Just an unfortunate play for the Wildcats. Got to do a better job of knowing that play's supposed to go there, but reading if it's blown up, you can't let that one go. You got to just try to tuck it and run and get what you can. And now it's 1st and goal for Antlers from
the 1,
maybe just outside the 1-yard line.
Shotgun formation now. Copeland standing at his own 5. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, crossing the goal line, and another 6 points for the Antlers Bearcats.
Yeah, hard to stop a team when all they got to do is 1 yard. Good blocking there, and goes into the end zone for the 1-yard touchdown run to make it 31-12, pending the extra point.
8:45 to go here in the fourth quarter. 31-12, pending the extra point here for the Bearcats. And you just kind of see a defense just kind of wear down, Blaine, here in the fourth quarter. Snap back, ball down, kick on the way. The kick is up. It's long enough, and it is good. 32-12. Bearcats extend the lead and almost put this thing out of reach. We'll take a break and be back here from Coalgate This is Wildcat football presented by First Bank.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank, here for possibilities.
45% of people put off buying life insurance according to industry research. Insuring yourself and your family can help you be more prepared in the event of an illness or a tragic accident. Call your local farmer's agent, Lucinda Holland, and discover coverage options you can tailor to your priorities and budget. To learn more about your coverage options, call Lucinda Holland at 580-889-3745.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Life insurance issued by Farmers New World Life Insurance Company, Bellevue, Washington. Industry research conducted by Lima, and life happens in 2021.
And we're back here, 32-12, 8:45 to go here in the fourth quarter after a easy 1-yard touchdown run for the Bearcats off that interception from Kobe Brown. It's a squib kick picked up at the 35, and that's where it'll be fell down on. Wildcats will take over at their own 35 here, trailing 32-12.
Yep, just kind of a little squib kick. Good job of just making sure you get on it and fall on it. Decent field position out at the 35-yard line. Just got to find a way to move the ball a little bit on offense. Give your defense a break. Defense has played pretty well in the second half. Held up for a long time. Gave you chances when this game was still just 18-12. Gave you multiple chances. Got a couple turnovers. Just couldn't cash it in offensively, and that's something that's going to have to change moving forward here for the Wildcats.
You know, the Wildcats, they had field position all third quarter. Played within the 25-yard line, was down into a goal to go.
Yeah,
trailing by 6.
Had a goal to go to try to tie it or take the lead.
And things have unraveled here quickly for the Wildcats. 32-12, 8:44 to go. Here's the snap. Handoff, Stowe, and he's blitzed in the backfield. Goes nowhere, loses a yard on the play.
Yeah, that's a nightmare for a running back when as soon as you get the ball, there's already 2-3 defenders right there in your face. Just not much you can do with that one. Loses a yard back to the 34, make it second down and 11.
Clock running now inside 8 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Second and 11. Brown shotgun formation. Gets the snap. Rolling to his right, throws out into the flat, and it's tipped again at the line of scrimmage. Falls incomplete. Had Lackey open out in the flat.
Yeah, you were going to have Weston Lackey for about a 7 or 8 yard gain there had that ball not been tipped at the line of scrimmage. Just unfortunate. There's been several balls tipped at the line of scrimmage tonight. Antlers has done a good job of, if they can't get to the quarterback, getting their hands up in passing lanes, and they do it once again right there. Now it'll be 3rd and 11 from the 34.
You know, looking ahead, the Wildcats travel to Atoka next week for the Boggy Bottom Bowl, and not really the, you say, offensive performance that you want to put on tape going into that game. Split receivers. Brown gets the snap, rolling to his right, looking to throw, has time, stops. Now he's going to tuck and run to the 35, and big hit, holds on to the football. Forward progress is going to get him back to the original line of scrimmage, gains 1 yard on that run. Be 3rd and 10 coming up now for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and just not great routes run by the receivers on the near side of the field. You wound up with 2 receivers in virtually the same spot over here. Not good spacing on that one. Nowhere to go with the ball for Brown because of that, and all he could do is try to get what he could. Got a yard back to the original line of scrimmage, making it 3rd and 10.
Split receivers. Antlers showing blitz. They drop back in coverage. Brown looking to throw near sideline, thrown behind Lackey. Lackey has to dive, unable to make the catch, falls incomplete. And a fourth. That was
actually fourth down.
That was fourth down. So Antlers will now take over at their Coalgate 35-yard line. So things have unraveled really quickly here. This was an 18-12 ball game late into the third quarter. Now 7:24 to go here in the fourth. here at Donald Mike Mayer Field.
Yes, it was, and I lost track of the plays there too, Cody, but you did have a run for -1 and then an incomplete, then a run for 1 and then another incomplete.
Here's a shotgun snap. Coalgate blitzing. Antlers is able to beat the blitz, crossing the 30 up to the 25. They're just pushing the pile, Blaine. They're just kind of getting what they want here late in the fourth quarter. Moves the chains, gets 10, needed 10, got 10. Fresh set of downs for the Bearcats up to the Coalgate 25-yard line.
Well, what you're seeing now, Cody, is the effects of a tired defense that's been on the field pretty well the whole second half because your offense hasn't been able to move the ball. Guys just kind of wearing down at this point. Antlers, that offensive line really leaning and getting a good push, getting about 10.5 on that play for a first down.
Antlers really going to draw the clock out now as they can smell victory. They'll be their first win of the season. They'll move to 1-1. Copeland with the snap, high snap, pulls it back down, handoff Austin around the left side up to the 25 to the 20, inside the 20 down to the 17-yard line. Pick up a 7. It'll be 2nd and 3 coming up now for the Bearcats.
Yeah, another good chunk play for them on first down. Blocked up well again. Good run for about 7. Make it 2nd and 3.
6:18 to go here in the fourth quarter. Copeland still in the game at quarterback. 3 receivers to the right. Another handoff. Austin tries to get the right edge, cuts back up the middle, crossing the 15, taking down at the 10. Has enough for the first down, and we will have 1st and goal now coming up for the Antler Bearcats.
Yeah, once again, not to beat a dead horse on this, but you're just seeing a tired defense at this point. Able to push the pile forward, getting at least 7 or 8 yards per play here on these runs.
Lots of hands on the hips there for the defense.
Yeah, Wildcat defense really just with no answer at this point for the Antlers offensive attack.
3 stacked receivers to the right. Got to imagine it's going to be another running play now inside 5.5 minutes to go in the fourth. Copeland gets the snap. Going to keep it himself. Tries to get around the edge. Still trying to the 10.
Got a flag.
To the 5, and he's into the end zone, but I think we're going to have a crackback block.
Yeah, Weston Lackey
took the brunt of that.
Took the brunt of that one on that crackback block. That's going to negate an Antlers touchdown.
So that'll make the 1st and goal. I believe it's a spot penalty. The flag was thrown at the 15. Should move them all the way back to the 30. 1st and goal from the 30.
That's a phrase you don't hear too much, Cody. 1st and goal from the 30. Big penalty there to help out the Wildcat defense.
And you've seen, last week the Wildcats turned the ball over 4 times. Tonight the defense was able to get 2.
You've won the turnover battle.
Forced 2 turnovers. But unlike Dixon, the Wildcats unable to do anything opportunistically on offense with those turnovers.
Yeah, just unfortunate. You lost the turnover battle 4-0 last week. You were up 2-0 this week and just couldn't, like you said, couldn't pay any of it off. And now you've got a tired defense out there trying to get stops.
1st and goal from the 30. Handoff Austin up the middle. Lowers his shoulder, going to pick up 5. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 25. And something also to notice, as it's still early in the season, and a lot can be corrected. Coalgate does have a bye week after next week. But you're starting to become alarming that the Wildcats get into the red zone area and not able to get any points off in the red zone. A couple of turnovers last week in the red zone. Some 4th and downs, unable to convert on 4th and goals for the Wildcats.
And I think that's where you really miss your playmakers from last year that were seniors, your guys like Tristan Trevathan and Tate Diaz that could go make a play in those situations. You don't really have that guy right now.
2nd and goal from the 25. Another handoff. Austin has a head full of steam, but he's met just past the line of scrimmage by Kyler Woods. Picked up a couple. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 23-yard line.
Yeah, good job by Woods that time from his linebacker position, getting to the runner quickly on that one, getting him down for gain of just a couple to make it 3rd and goal from the 23.
4:35 to go here in the fourth quarter. It's 3rd and goal from the Coalgate 23-yard line for the Bearcats. Here's a pass. Copeland has time, now under pressure. Forced to his right, still looking. Jump pass up, and it is intercepted at the goal line at the 10. I believe that's Stowe to the 15, shaking and baking up to the 20, taking down about the 25-yard line. So another turnover caused by the defense. Stowe, though, slow getting up.
Yeah, nice play. You got some pressure initially off the edge by Weston Lackey, forced him outside, made him try to make that throw over the run, or on the run, throwing it back across his body to the middle of the field. Stowe opportunistically there to pick that one off, and a good run back out to the 24-yard line, forcing another turnover to keep the score 32-12 for the moment.
Antlers keeping their starting defense. They're starting to taste the victory now. 3:15 to go here in Coalgate. Three receivers lined up to the right side of the formation for the Wildcats. Colby Brown gets the snap. High snap, pulls it down. Looking, throwing. Far side and well over the head of Weston Lackey.
Yeah, that was going to be a tough play to make. He kind of, with a perfect throw, kind of had a little bit of a window there to Lackey, but just overshot him. Had some pressure as well that was picked up pretty nicely by Walkup at the running back position to give him enough time to try to make that throw. Just couldn't make that one.
Stops the clock, 3:09 to go here in the fourth. Again, the Wildcats will be on the road for the first time this season as they travel 13 miles south to visit the Atoka Wampus, who at last check were getting beat 28-0 against Ringling. Here's a screen pass set up for Viss. That's his first reception of the night. Wide receiver screen set up on the far side. He gains 9 on that second down play. It'll be 3rd and 1 coming up now for the Wildcats.
Yeah, nice screen set up that time to Carson Viss. Good throw, good catch. Blocked pretty well to give him some room out to the 33 where it'll be 3rd down and 1.
Wildcats not good percentage-wise as far as 3rd and 4th down conversions on the season. It's going to be a handoff, and that's going to go backwards.
He spun out
of it, and he's going to get to the line of scrimmage, and I think he got a yard, Blaine.
Really nice individual effort that time by Jet Walkup. Looked like he was going to be blown up in the backfield for a loss of 4 or 5, but he spun out of it. I think he actually ended up getting the first down, looks like. Gets a couple yards out to the 25 or to the 35. Not a long run, but got just enough for the first down. Good individual effort to move the sticks.
2:25 to go here in the fourth quarter. Moves the chains. 3 receivers now as Antlers is starting to sub in a few at a time.
Looks like Antlers is going to take a timeout as well there.
Antlers will take a timeout. We'll take one with them. We'll be back here on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
I can't believe how much business we're getting with the new sign we put up front. Game days are awesome. What's better than a lifelike sign of your favorite player? Wow, those decals on your ride are sweet. Where'd you get them? These are conversations you could be having when you choose Black Hawk Signs. Signs, banner service, screen printing, embroidery, decals, all at a price you can't dismiss. Professional or just because. Black Hawk Signs, a proud supporter of Coalgate Athletics.
And we're back here in Coalgate as we wrap up this fourth quarter. 2:13 to go here as the Bearcats now sprinkling in reserves. I believe it's all reserves now for the Bearcat defense here for the final 2:15. 3 receivers for Colby Brown to his right. Gets the snap, going to roll to his right. Steps up, going to throw it deep down the near side, and ball batted down, intended for Stowe. Double coverage. Bryson Stowe more or less turned into the defender. Bats the ball down. Falls incomplete.
Yeah,
2nd and 10.
Colby's hobbling a little bit as well after that. Just tried to throw it up and give Stowe a chance. Just threw it a little too far and into double coverage. Fortunate that one wasn't picked off. Be 2nd and 10 from the 35.
Stops the clock with 2:07 to go. Again, be sure and stick around for the Farmers Agent Lucinda Holland postgame show. Here's a handoff to Walkup up the middle, pushing the pile, crossing the 35, just shy of the 40, about the 38-yard line. Picks up 3. It'll be 3rd and 7 now coming up for the Wildcats. Now under 2 minutes to play.
Yeah, did a good job of just keeping those legs churning forward, kind of pushing the pile for about 3.5, 4 yards on that one. Make it 3rd down and a little more manageable here. 3rd and about 6 from the 39.
Split receiver formation. Now Bryson Stowe with a Wildcat formation. Gets a direct snap. Almost loses the ball. Gathers it back up and is going backwards. Loses 3 yards on that run. It'll be 4th down and 9. Again, it just seemed like this offense has been going in reverse or stuck in mud lane for what now has been the entire ball game.
Yeah, it's kind of 1 step forward, 2 steps back for the Wildcats offensively here in the second half. Get a decent run to make it 3rd and manageable, and then the Wildcat formation doesn't work for you. Guys in the backfield immediately. Stowe nowhere to go, loses 3 yards to make it 4th and 9.
Another 4th down play coming up here for the Wildcats. Stowe going to throw it across the middle, and I believe it was batted down at the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be another turnover on downs there for the Wildcats as the Bearcats now just 2 plays away from ending this ball game.
Yeah, that one, like you said, looked like it got batted at the line of scrimmage. Stowe at quarterback on that one, and unfortunately it's just kind of one of those nights offensively for the Wildcats. Can't get much going consistently, and like you said, Bearcats just got to take a couple knees here to salt this one away at this point.
Shotgun formation. Got to imagine a quick kneel down here. Going to be a handoff up the middle, and he's met in the backfield. Going to go down, and that's probably going to be the final play of the game. It's Axel McNutt there and Ernest Smith on the tackle.
Yeah, that play took just long enough. I don't think Antlers has to snap it again. They may, though. They have all backups in now. They may give them one more snap just to run a play.
And we'll take a break here in about 20 seconds. We'll come back to the Farmers Agent Lucinda Holland postgame show. We'll crunch some numbers and get some final scores from across the district. Here's the final play. Handoff running back up the middle, crossing the 35. And take it down just shy of the 30. And that's ball game. 0's on the clock, and the Antlers Bearcats pick up their first victory of the season. They moved to 1-1 after a victory here in Coalgate. The Wildcats falling 0-2 before coming into next week, where the Tokawampus Cats anxiously await. We'll take a break. Be back here. We'll have some end-of-the-game stats and some scores when we return right here on 107.5 KZIG The Rock.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank, here for possibilities.
As Oklahomans, we look out for one another, and at Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance, it's no different. With agents like Kevin Haney right here in Cole County, we always have someone close at hand with the advice and guidance you need to help you find affordable coverage and products for your home, auto, farm and ranch, business, life, and annuities. Please call Kevin Haney at 580-927-2324 or visit okfbinsurance.com today. Life insurance and annuity products offered through Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company. Property and casualty products are offered through Oklahoma Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance and affiliated companies. Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance, made of and made for Oklahomans.
This is Eric Studeville, inviting you to buy the Studeville way.
Whether you're looking for open roads
or you like them built tough,
There is only one way to buy your vehicle.
And that's the Steubenville way.
Steubenville Chevrolet, 851 Westside Drive in Durant, and SteubenvilleChevrolet.com.
And Steubenville Ford, 1601 South Mississippi in Atoka, and SteubenvilleFord.net.
The Steubenville family of dealerships,
proudly serving you and your communities.
And we're back here on the Farmers Agent Lucinda Holland postgame show. Lucinda Holland is a farmer's agent serving your community. She's always just a phone call away. Call her at 580-889-3347. The Bearcats come away victorious tonight, 32-12. The score isn't nearly indicative of how close it was, even going into the fourth quarter, Blaine. But the defense of Coalgate Wildcats just – I think you could say they give all they could there through three quarters.
Yeah, they gave you chances for about the first 3.5 quarters. They gave the offense a chance to get it going and still be in this game. The offense just really couldn't ever get it going. Stat-wise, nothing to write home about on offense tonight for the Wildcats, unfortunately. 8 first downs for the game, only 3 in the second half. For the game, 30 carries for only 80 yards. That's about 2.67 yards per carry. That's not good. 8 out of 29 throwing the ball, so way less than 50% completion percentage, 83 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 8 penalties for 50 yards, 3 out of 15 on third down, 0 out of 7 on fourth down. For the Bearcats, 17 first downs, 39 carries for 227 yards. They were only 6 out of 20 throwing the ball. Your pass defense has been pretty stout through the first 2 games. You gave up quite a bit of yards last week, but the completion percentage was not good. You're giving up for the season now well under 50% completion percentage, so that's good defensively. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, 70 yards passing. Antlers had 7 penalties for 62 yards. They were 3 out of 11 on third down, 1 out of 2 on fourth down. They did make 1 field goal to open the scoring in the first quarter. Some individual stats for the Wildcats. Bryson Stowe, 6 carries, but for only 7 yards. Had 4 catches for 56 yards. He did score both touchdowns, one rushing, 1 receiving. Colby Brown, 3 out of 13, throwing it for 17 yards. No touchdowns, 1 interception, 1 rush for 1 yard. Davis Grant, before he got injured in the second half, 14 carries for 30 yards, 5 out of 15 throwing the ball for 66 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Easton Loudermilk, a couple of catches for 9 yards. That's pretty well all the individual stats to go over. Talked off air, I think your player of the game tonight definitely has to be Bryson Stowe. Scored both touchdowns offensively for the Wildcats, 4 catches for 56 yards, and also had 2 interceptions on defense. So Bryson Stowe is your player of the game for the night.
Player of the game sponsored by First Bank. At First Bank, they help real people just like you take on real opportunities from your day-to-day challenges to life-changing dreams. First Bank is here for you. Here for possibilities. Visit firstbank-ok.com. Member FDIC. So looking ahead, Blaine, the Wildcats make the 13-mile drive south to renew the Boggy Bottom Bowl in Atoka. The Wampus Cats coming up well short tonight, 42-6, I believe, was the final there in Ringling. So both teams coming off a loss, both teams looking for the first win of the season. Wildcats trying to go back-to-back wins in that series. Kickoff will be at 7:30, I believe, will be the 7:30 kickoff.
Yes, I believe so.
We will go pregame at 7:15. We'll be live from Atoka for the Boggy Bottom Bowl. But as we conclude tonight, the Wildcats fall 32-12 to the visiting Antler Bearcats. The Wildcats now 0-2 on this young season. Wildcats looking to get back in the win column next week in Atoka. Kickoff at 7:30, pregame 7:15. On behalf of myself, Cody Newberry, Blaine Riley, Lyndon Burnett on the camera, everybody back at the mothership in Durant. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And, of course, thank you to our wonderful sponsors who continue to bless us with this broadcast. And we definitely do not take it for granted that we get to bring you guys at home and on the road, wherever you are, however you are. Be sure and frequent the sponsors that support your student athletes here in our small community in southeastern Oklahoma. We'll see everybody next time. Pregame 7:15, kickoff 7:30, Boggy Bottom Bowl 2025. Next week, we'll see you then.
This has been Coalgate Wildcat Football, presented by First Bank. The Wildcats are brought to you by Brown's Funeral Service and your farmer's insurance agent, Lucinda Holland. The Coalgate Wildcats are sponsored by Shamrock Bank and Steubenville Ford.
Left side, blitz coming. Quick pass, far side, caught by Trevathan. Tries to make a man miss. Stiff arm, still on his feet to the 45, to the 40.
The Wildcats are also brought to you by your local Texoma Chevy dealers, Cole County Farm Bureau, and Genesis Abstract.
It's the snap. Blitz coming. Picked up, now flush. Throws it deep down the field, has a man open, and it's caught at the 5. Walks into the end zone. Tate Diaz. Strike up the band. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Coalgate Wildcat Athletics are sponsored in part by the RX Shop, Cole County Tag, the Flower Garden, and Triple Heart Boutique. Thank you for joining us tonight for this presentation of Wildcat Athletics on the Rock 107.5 KZIG.